And how? I mean, after you met my son, do you not love him? Do you not?
I do love him.
He's awesome.
Like, he's awesome.
So it's different than what you thought.
I'm adjusting.
You're adjusting because you're gonna fucking have to. Because if you ever fucking say anything, even along the line,
I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be in your life if I wasn't willing to make.
Well, you weren't for 4 years, and then you call me from prison one day. We didn't talk for 4 fucking years. Hold on. And then you call me from prison one day acting like nothing happened. Like, hey, I'm just calling to say hi. How are you doing? How's everything going? And I was like, motherfucker, what?
That's not how that went.
Yes,
you reached out to my ex and told her to have me call you.
Either way, the first time we talked, you were so nonchalant about what the problem was.
What am I supposed to say? Like,
sorry. Say sorry.
No, the Playroom podcast. Don't panic. It's organic. Join our 1,000 subscriber celebration. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for a shot at a $300 digital gift card. Announce live.
Michael, can you grab us that tequila so I can set it over here? It's a roller coaster of emotion. We have emotional damage.
I feel pretty healed. I don't know.
Fuck up. Your ass is not healed, bro. You've been out for like fucking 30 days. Right? Has it been that long?
Pushing like 75 right now, I think.
It's been that long already?
Yeah, maybe 90.
He's literally counting the days and the minutes and the seconds.
Well, it's because
I've been out for 75 days, 3 hours.
Yeah. It's because I haven't reached milestones I want to reach yet. So it's like now I'm starting to think about the time I've been out. That's why.
Right there. Cool.
It's like keeping a barometer, you know? Like I should have been like doing this already by this time.
Doing what already?
Well, I haven't started working yet. That's a problem.
Yeah, you're gonna need to get your ass a job.
Yeah,
like a bug just landed on my face.
And I don't want to hit the streets, so yeah.
Please don't do that.
Yeah,
Brian, we're
not doing that.
This is your 3rd strike, right?
I have 5 strikes.
So which one is this?
This is my 5th potential strike.
Oh, so this is like you can't fuck up again.
How it works in California is if you have 2 strikes and then you come fight a case, they will give you a deal. They will strike those previous strikes and then give you another strike. And then they just keep manipulating you and pressing you to where you just have like a whole like collection of strikes.
A whole lot of strikes. But this time you can't fuck up again.
But it gets more serious each time, you know, like where they're like, well, then they press you more and more and you get more and more time.
But this time is like, you can't fuck up again.
Oh, I'm done. Well...
Yeah, you're done. Because you done fucked up your whole life, Brian.
I mean...
So please chill the fuck out.
So long as, like, nobody really presses an envelope, like, I'm really done. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way in any way, shape, or form to put myself in that situation.
Please don't.
No,
Brian, because I know your ass.
But at the same time, I mean, I'm a man. And
no, not at the same time, nothing, Brian. Just enjoy your freedom and don't fuck it up. Okay?
Deal.
Okay, just walk away. Okay, dude?
I have done that. Some dude tried to grab my penis the other day, and I walked away. I swear to God.
Knowing you, that would have been a fight.
That's
easy.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would have
to grab your dick. Ooh, that's the wrong. Why would he try to do that to you?
He was like joking.
Fucking idiot.
He was an iron worker at a bar.
Joking.
He was like buying,
yeah, dude, let me grab your dick.
He was like buying shots, and he started getting sloppy, right? And he grabbed my fly of my jeans, and I told him, "Don't do that. That's gonna get you fucked up quick. Like, don't do that." But I couldn't believe I had the self-control not to strike him, right? And it was in a plaza. There was people around, like families and stuff. So I was like, yeah, like, please don't. And he's like, oh, I'm just messing with you. And he put his arm, I was like, shoved him, like, get away from me. Like, please don't touch me. But I had enough self-control, like, not to
beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah.
Because when you start drinking, your ass gets crazy. Brian, you're fucking...
I mean, I'll do it without alcohol too, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's even worse with the alcohol. That's what makes it to where you can't say, all right, let me just walk away. If you're in too many shots, you're like, all right, come on, bro. So let's not do that. Oh my gosh, bro. I can't believe my brother is here on the podcast. What the fuck?
I can't believe you just kicked the podcast off with that story. That's crazy.
Hey, get right into it. Get right to cheers, bro. Cheers to you being out after doing
I love you, Maddie.
20 fucking years. Holy shit, that's a lot of time.
Well, not at one time. I did the installment plan.
It doesn't matter. You still did 20 years.
It was like when you get a car on payments, you pay cash, you do the installments, right?
No. So how many times have I seen you face to face in the last 20 years? How many times have we seen each other in person? It really hasn't been that much.
You're gonna make me do math right
like
now.
5 or 6 times, like a handful of times only.
You make me do math right now. This is crazy.
No, listen, I was trying to think about that earlier. Like, how many times have I actually seen him? And it hasn't been that much.
Well, a lot of times
years?
I purposely don't see you because I'm not doing right in life, so I don't try to bring that to your doorstep.
Yeah, because your ass
Right?
be stressing me the fuck out.
That's what I'm saying.
You be
So
stressing me out. You be calling
it's
me
like my daughter, same thing. Like when I'm not doing necessarily, where I feel comfortable interacting with you guys, I'd leave you alone because I want you guys the best for you guys,
all of a sudden, All of a sudden, you don't want to stress us out. So he's like, let me not.
Well,
you used to call me every fucking time. The last time you got out, your ass.
That's different than bringing it to your vicinity.
No,
Those are phone calls.
you calling me and stressing me the fuck out. You would be laughing. He would have beat the shit out of somebody in a fucking bar somewhere and be like, hey, Maddie, I got this fucking gash on my head and I just beat the shit out of this dude. But hey, it's cool. You would just dump all this shit on me. You would really stress me out,
I don't
Brian.
remember some of that because I was drunk.
Clearly. Well, I'm reminding you. You stress me the fuck out. Remember? No, you don't. That's fucked up, man. We need to drink. We're gonna have to drink a lot for this episode.
I remember some of that. I remember sending you a picture of like my street bike with a tool on top of it. And I remember because you were having an issue with somebody, like a boyfriend or something. I was like, do you need me to roll up? Like, I remember that.
Shit.
But it matched my bike though. Yeah, it was color coordinated.
No, you're fucking crazy, bro. And like, I don't know how comfortable you are talking about like some situations, but what's the code word we're gonna use if we want to?
How about we use code word federal indictment? No.
No.
We're not doing that.
No. I feel you, but we're gonna talk about a few things.
Let's keep it PG.
Pineapples.
To pineapples to a point.
You can say mangoes or whatever the fuck you want. Pineapples.
Bongos.
Pineapples means shut the fuck up. On to the next subject.
No, pineapples mean swinger stuff.
Okay, well,
I'm not comfortable saying that word.
Okay, what
around
about
you.
mango? Mangoes.
I don't know.
What about? Okay, think of a word. What's the code word gonna be?
We'll just stick with pineapple. Fuck it.
See, pineapples is fun. It's like whatever. It's a little fruity though, huh?
Yeah, a little
Who
bit.
cares,
Brian?
Brian?
Well, you don't.
Don't. We can't say.
Never
There's
mind.
certain words we can't say on YouTube either. We can't say GAY. We can't say certain things.
Oh,
yeah. Please don't.
You better bleep a lot of stuff. I don't know.
No, Brian. You better fucking control your crazy ass mouth. Cheers again. Come on, we gotta sip a little bit. I know we just walked
Maybe
in
that
and got
should
right
be our
to
code
it.
word. Maybe just cheers. Like
Cheers.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of cheers.
Right?
No, we're gonna be drunk by the
That's
end.
what I'm saying. We're gonna be like, does that mean stop? You're like, no, that was a real cheers.
Right. No. Damn. So.
You're my
I'm not-
only fucking brother.
Yo, Mike, I might need to hit that little weed pipe you got right there, cause I was gonna bring a blunt. I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't want to be all high and then be all
Why
like.
can't we have the microphone like one of those these big round ones?
Is this not a good enough setup for you?
No, it's.
Are you fucking serious? You're complaining about this?
It's phallus shaped and it has to be like this close to me. I don't like it.
Oh my God, he's like sus. This
Yeah.
mic is sus.
I'm just kidding. I'm just playing.
Oh my God, Brian, you're crazy. So, welcome to the Playroom podcast, guys.
Thank you.
I'm Madzilla, and today I have my one and only brother on here, my real sibling, Brian. What's good, dude?
What's good?
Just got out of prison. Let's go. Clap it up for Brian for getting out. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. He's free. So how you feel? How's it feel to be out again?
I feel like at my age, like this story should have been written a long time ago.
Yeah, because you're getting old as fuck.
I am.
You are 45.
I
You're
am.
exactly 10 years older than me. Your birthday is April 21st and I'm April 28th. Isn't that crazy?
I'm 10 years and 1 week older than you. Yes.
10 years and 1 week.
Exactly.
Almost to be exact. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
But you're an Aries and I'm a Taurus.
No, I'm a Taurus.
You're a Taurus too? The 21st is Taurus?
Yeah, it's the cutoff's the 20th. Mom was in Aries.
Okay.
Get it straight.
Whatever you say. Either way, you're fucking crazy.
I'm on the cusp though.
You're fucking crazy. Either way.
I'm crazy.
Yeah, you're crazy. I've actually done pretty well for myself. I've actually stayed out of trouble, did a few cool things with my life. But I just look crazy. I'm the one that got all the tattoos and you have no tattoos at all. You're not going to get none?
I don't know. I always said I wasn't gonna get them until I was like established further, but I keep on
God,
getting
he's
like
talking about
set
being
back.
established. Your
I keep
ass
on
was
getting,
in
like,
prison,
set
Brian.
back. So, but I do have some ideas. I don't know. I can never
You
say.
can get tats that you could cover.
I could never say never, but I would never get visible tattoos.
You ain't getting them.
I don't know. I know you say you keep on saying you're gonna hook me up with an artist,
Bro, don't worry about it, bro. I got this, for a lot of people that don't know, some of you do, that I have this letter B tatted on my face. It's for you. Remember when I first called you and told you I was getting
begged you not to get
Yeah,
it?
he begged me. He's like, don't tattoo your face,
I was
Madelyn.
like, please don't. And you're like, I already did it.
I already did it.
Yeah.
And then now you love it. You're like, yeah, she got a B on her face for me.
It came out really good. I was really scared for a minute.
All my tattoos look good.
Yeah, they do.
Because if they look shitty, then that would have been stupid. But I started getting tattoos when I was young. I was like 13. You know?
Yeah, I would kill that guy if I ever met him. He's lucky I was in prison.
But Brian is very, very overprotective of his little sister, which is good, you know. But it's been hard, I'm not going to lie. With you being locked up and me just kind of being on my own in life, I had to just... I didn't really have that protection, you know. My friends protect me and like make me feel safe.
You did when you were very little. Like
Yeah.
I was there, but when I started doing time, yeah, you're right. And
Yeah.
that's why I don't judge a lot of the decisions you make. I bring it on my own shoulders and I say, I might not like it, but what do I have to say about it? Because I
Yeah.
wasn't there.
You might not like who I date. That's about the only thing.
Well, not just that, like certain lifestyle choices that you've made, right? Like
Let's talk about your fucking lifestyle choices. I don't like none of that shit.
I
okay?
know.
How about that, Brian?
I do know.
The fuck talk about my lifestyle choices.
I
I'm
do
doing
know.
great, actually. Okay.
I know, but nobody wants to see their sister twerking their ass every time they
Hey,
go
then
on
don't
Instagram.
look at those. Skip past those videos.
I do skip past them.
those
I do skip
ones.
past them, right? But
I feel you. No, I'm a grown ass woman though
and then
now.
like there
respectfully.
is, I don't know how much to say at this point, but there is career decisions you made, things you've done that no brother's gonna appreciate, right?
But hey, I had to do it because I was on my own.
And I stuck up for you with our family, and I bit the bullet, and I was like, I'm nobody to judge her, and you're nobody to judge her because you haven't helped her, and I haven't helped her, and she's finding her way. So at that point, why don't we just both shut the fuck up,
Respectfully, I appreciate that.
right?
You know, and then you're already locked
that's-
up, so we can't say anything. It's like you already took it to as far as the extent it can go. So, I mean, like,
You know, I always got something to say, but at the same time, like in my mind, I realize
yeah. And I'm your only little sister, so I get it. You know what I mean?
you are my baby sister. Yes.
I'm a grown ass woman now, though.
Yeah. Well, you're still my baby sister.
I know. You still fuck anybody up for me. So don't you guys fucking try it out there. No, I'm never going to put you in that position. I'd be scared to, like, I'm not calling you about any shit that goes down. Like, no, I don't even want to tell you because you're going to be all fucking, where's he at? What do I need to do?
I'll hug him to death.
No, to death, literally. That's no. Hell no, Brian.
Hey, I'm not like, you know, no badass or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I'm not, but like, I do my thing.
You're crazy. But I love you.
I love you
And you're
too.
my only brother. And we have the same mom, different dads. But yeah, you know, I always felt like I never really looked at you like, oh, a half brother. Like you're just my brother.
You're
like I never
my
looked at you
only-
like that.
Like my only sister, my only sibling. There is no half, nothing. You are my sister.
Right.
That's it. That's all it is. I don't have
I just look a little bit better than you. That's all.
the star child. Here we fucking go.
My middle name is
I mean,
Star,
for 45,
so-
I'm not doing bad.
You're not
girl.
doing bad. You look all right. You look good. You look good, Brian. Don't worry. He said, "Wait, what's your middle name again? That's fucked up. I don't know.
I don't want to say it.
You don't want to say it?
No, it's Richard.
What, Richard? You fucking dick.
Dick, yeah.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah. I was like, damn
My
it.
middle name's Star because they knew, you know.
The star child.
Remember that video of my dad? He was like, Madelyn, are you going to be a little star someday?
I was
That
going to
video's
say,
so
I forgot the
cute.
photo albums in the truck.
It's okay. We can look at them later, I guess. But man, I do want to talk about a few things. I know you were like, okay, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, I don't
You got
even
me
know.
stressed out the game right now. Like,
I mean, I'm stressed out too. But not really, but it's like we haven't seen each other a lot. Like you just got out again.
Well, it's just like a lot
we have
of-
a lot of crazy shit that happened in our life, and I want
it's
to.
like a lot of personal things to put
Yeah.
in a public forum. To be
But this is what you need-
setting the legalities aside, right? Like,
This is what you need to understand, though. Like these type of conversations really help people a lot. Even though it might be uncomfortable to talk about some things and like shit is fucking hard and fucked up or whatever, this helps people and it's like it's relatable, you know, because it's real life. And a lot of people, even my following, like some people know that followed me for a while. Some interviews I've done, a couple things here and there, but it was hard for me to do those interviews too. You know, it was hard for me to talk about like my life. But a lot of people that don't know.
I tried to speak to some kid the other day, right? He pulled a gun on me, right?
Okay,
this is
here we
like
go.
3 days ago, right? I was handling it with his mom, right?
See, this is why he gets in trouble.
He got upset. He shows up with a 9mm strapped to his side.
Oh God.
Yeah, knocking at the door, crazy. Opens the door. He's like, this motherfucker got to get out of here. Like all this stuff. And I took it for a minute, and then finally I was like, you're gonna stop calling me names right now, youngster. Like that's what you're gonna do. Like, and so I jump up. I'm like talking to him, and then she's like, tell him. And she's referring to like me shooting that guy in the head over our mom, right? Well, like part of the reason was over our mom, right? So I was like, yeah, like I shot somebody in the head over my mother, like you think you're just threatening me. I said, what you're really doing is you're putting not only me at jeopardy, but yourself and your mother at jeopardy, because that's her gun that you're holding right now.
Yeah.
So like I try to like extend those situations to people, and I told him, I said, just put the gun down. If you have something to talk about, youngster, like just sit at the table, man. You want to be respected as a man, act as a man. Mm-hmm. Holding that gun right now is not acting as a man. And that's what I've learned. That's what maturity has taught me.
Yeah. These fists, though, you can catch a fade any day. Though. Just no other violence is not good. We're not condoning violence, but you know what you've been through is some real life shit. And I didn't even know if I could. I was like, damn, can I even ask him about, you know, why? I don't want to say why you got locked up, but if you're comfortable to talk about it, I mean,
I don't want to like glorify.
No, it's not
anything.
glorifying it, but it is what it is what it is, and you know, it's like fuck.
I was raised a certain way, like. When you were really young, you were raised a certain way, right?
Yeah.
So, like, those influences weren't productive in my life. And, I mean, we could touch on it. I don't necessarily want to,
touch on it. Yeah, I'll leave that up to you, whatever you want to explain
you know,
about it.
Go like too crazy.
No, we don't need to go too much into details. You could say whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever code word you want to use, cheers or pineapples or whatever. Change the subject.
Like, what do you want to talk about?
I wanted to kind of know, like, we can.
I mean, I always say I'm an open book, but like this is a large forum.
It is.
Like
it is.
I'm an open book, person to person. I'll speak to anybody at any time. However you want to. Like, if you don't like me, just move on. But
I just want to.
This is a very open forum.
Yeah, I just want us to kind of talk about. Because a lot of people that have heard, like, even my story, it's one thing just hearing it from me, but, like, hearing it from you, too. And there's a lot of things that you remember of us growing up that I don't even remember. And, like, I wanted to know what your life was like living with mom before I was even around or when I was super little. Like, did you guys, because she was, like, on drugs, or was she doing okay at the time and then it got worse? Like,
There's periods. It's like a roller coaster. So, like, oh, my God, Madelyn.
What?
So, like, what's sad to me, what really breaks my heart is, like, me and you used to be, like, super, like, I was almost like a father figure to you growing up, right? Like, like we were, like, super, super inseparable and close. Like, I used to put me on my shoulders and walk around the neighborhood, and, like, you never want to leave my side, and you don't remember those things. Like, it's like, that's when we were closest in our life. And then I started doing time, and then you got ripped away, and like you lived with family members, and you know, and moved far away, and I did more time, and I feel like that has eroded our connection at times.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it sucks, and now we're adults, and it is what it is, you know.
But like,
that's what time does to people in America.
Were you ever like homeless with mom before I was even born? Were you guys living like on the streets and like shit, or where was she?
No, not. Hell no. Like, because
shit got real though. You know, I have certain memories, like just like you said, I probably don't remember certain things.
Okay, so when I was young, okay, way before Madelyn Starr hit the scene, right? We used to live in Long Beach, the bad parts of Long Beach. I stayed with Aunt Linda in Compton. Like, I lived in, you know, the worst parts where there's shootings all the time and all this nonsense. And and mom she used to do a lot of drugs, right? My father was around. They were high school sweethearts. And I
didn't know that.
He was very abusive, you know, to our mother. Like, he pistol whipped her to the point one time where the gun went off and went through the floorboard of the home below us, almost killed the landlord.
Oh my gosh.
He threw her downstairs when she was pregnant with me, right? They were broke up for a while. One time I was in the other room, and he came inside, and he chased her boyfriend through the apartment and shot at him until he had to jump over a second-story balcony, and then pistol whipped 2 Marines down the street.
Damn.
Yeah, like
Mom had a reputation for dating dudes that were pretty fucked up to her.
yeah. Well,
You know?
I mean, we can go into that too,
Yeah.
but basically, when I was younger, Mom had a lot of money, but
From what?
she used to sell pounds of methamphetamine in
Oh.
Long Beach.
Oh shit.
So I used to have a
Getting it.
big bird, right? It's like probably as tall as you. I used to have a big bird piggy bank. That was my piggy bank. So she used to drop like 20s and 50s and 100s in this thing. Like she used to like,
Selling.
you know what I mean? Whatever she
Selling
had
meth,
like
that's
on her,
crazy.
like at the end of the day, sometimes like, you know what I mean? Like she'd be like, oh, I'm gonna throw a little bit of something in here for my son, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I remember I used to have this dog named Smutley. It was a little pervert dog. He used to try to hump you all the time. It was a little creepy dog, right?
Little creepy dog.
But it was my first dog, so I loved that dog. And it jumped out the window and it broke its legs. So I was like, please fix the dog. Please fix the dog. And so she's like, all right, I'm going to fix the dog. So she broke open my big bird. It cost like $10,000 to fix this dog, right? But I didn't know the value of money. I was a kid, right? I'm just fix the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And so after she fixed the dog, a week later, it jumped out again and got killed again. And it got killed that time. She told me it got killed. I don't know if it died or whatever. She just got rid of it or whatever. But yeah. So I didn't have to go to school. She used to give me like 20 or 50 bucks or whatever it was back then to go to the corner store. And I used to play video games all day, like little arcade games.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know how to read or write or anything until I was in 2nd grade. And that's when Grandpa stole me. He kidnapped me.
Like really like kidnapped
Yeah,
you.
like I was screaming and crying and like banging at the window. And like I saw my mom and our mom. And yeah, he
Damn.
ripped me away. Yeah.
That's sad.
And I respect him for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Grandpa was a true man.
Yeah. Rest in
That's-
peace to Grandpa, Mom,
Rest in peace.
Linda, all of them.
That was my best male influence ever, probably.
Yeah, and he always lived in Oregon. Is that where he was living at the time when you were younger? Because
Hell no. We had a house in Long Beach.
oh yeah, I remember that actually. I remember
five
that house.
generations of our families in Long Beach.
I
I'm born
remember-
in Long Beach. Like you were
Yeah.
born in Portland, Oregon.
Eugene, Oregon.
Oh,
I was born in Eugene.
Eugene. I remember
Yeah.
like I came up there the first week you were born, and like I used to lay in bed with you and stuff, and like be a big brother.
But I didn't really live. I don't remember living in Oregon at all. I remember
course
just
not,
being
you're a
raised in.
baby.
So she like brought me back to that area after that.
Right.
But I do actually remember that house that Grandpa had, and then just looking back at
It was on Steve Lee Avenue, but
Yeah.
it was like the better part of Long Beach. It's like where Long Beach and Lakewood and Hawaiian Gardens come together.
Yeah, I remember my aunt and uncle that live in Long Beach. They tried to adopt me when I was younger, but my mom said no. She was like no, and she kind of like
Is it
You-
terrible
you
to
know.
like get a beer during the middle of our thing?
no.
Is that horrible?
No, you can drink as much you want. I don't give a fuck.
I'm just asking.
You're good.
It's questions.
You're good, dude. Drink away, bro, but just don't get too drunk.
Oh, it's gonna get good.
I know, right? Should we take a shot out the bottle? But no, it is like even though you've been
Do you remember when I had that poster drawn for you?
yes.
Where is that drawing? That was the
I have
dopest
it.
drawing.
I have it at my
ever.
house. When he was,
That was
locked
sick.
up, somebody in prison
Somebody I knew. I
drew
wouldn't call
that
him a
same
friend.
exact photo
He was
in
cool, though.
pencil, and it was so sick. It was like perfect. I still have it. I need to.
I hope you do.
I do have it. I just need
should
to get a
that
frame
thing.
it for it. and
I'll pay.
I'll
to
put it
frame
up in here.
I'll pay to frame it.
Okay. You used to send me like some pretty cool, dope shit from prison. Like we used to write a lot.
Dude, you
and,
remember
like-
the jewelry box that I sent you?
Yes, I still have that too.
No. You
Yes,
gave it-
I do.
You, gave it, you got pissed off and gave it back to me.
Did I
With
give it back to you?
With mom's ashes in it.
No, I have mom's ashes, or maybe I gave you a portion of her
Yeah,
ashes.
a portion of the ashes, and you gave it back to me because
Damn.
you're upset at the moment.
He had got me a jewelry
I
box
made
made
it.
out
It
of.
took me a month and a half to
I
make
wish
it.
I had a picture of that. It was made
have
out
it
of
right
what?
here.
What'd you make it out of?
I think I have it here.
It was like you made it out of like rolled paper and you painted it and it had roses
I
on
rolled
it
up
and it was
newspaper.
like, it was legit though. That shit was
I
legit.
think I rolled up newspaper. I think I waxed it. Like I painted it. I flicked paint on it. Like yeah,
It was
dude,
tight.
It took me a long time. I tucked the material in. Yeah, I did it for you.
So you still have it?
Yeah, I think I do.
All right, give it back to me, motherfucker.
I got you.
Damn, that's crazy. Like, there's so many things I want to ask you, and it's weird. I mean, it's not weird, like, sitting here with you, like, face to face. It feels comfortable. It feels like, you know, you haven't been locked up for 20 years, but realistically you have.
You know
So
what
it's
everybody
like,
tells me?
Damn.
They think I'm fucking. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but they're always like Brian, how are you normal? Like,
You're
how
not.
how do you come?
You're not normal, dude.
That's what I try to tell
But
them.
that's what I tell people too. I look normal, but I'm like, I have my little, you know, I'm a little crazy in the head here and there sometimes, but in a good way.
Like interaction wise though,
Yeah.
like they're like, you come out, you don't act institutionalized. You just hit the ground like you're like good, and I'm like, well, being institutionalized hits people in different ways. You know, it's not always like so like black and white with shit.
So like, I'm sure, I don't want to say you like got used to it being locked up, but like, where was it? I mean, how was it being locked up for you? Like, is there a lot of like, you know?
I mean, it's a miserable
It's
place.
a long time.
It's a lonely, miserable environment. You make the best of it. You stay in routine, and you let the days go by, and you know think about your loved ones, and you come home. And
What were you doing while you were locked up though to like stay sane? Like, were you reading?
I went to
were you
college
studying?
last time.
Like,
yeah, I went to college last time, and I buried myself in study.
so that's good.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
That's what I did last time.
Okay, so what were you studying?
But my workout suffered because of that, so don't judge me.
Yeah, getting a little chunky, but me too. Hey, fuck it.
Okay.
We ain't getting any younger.
You know?
But I do care about your health and your well-being, and I want you to do good this time and not fuck it up. But, you know, at least we're here talking about things we'll have this to look back on forever. So, you know.
Right?
Damn. It's like, where did we start? Can I say one memory I have that, like, always sticks out to me? Because, like, you know, like, our childhoods were pretty fucked up for the most part. But I love Mom so much. Like, I wish I didn't have, you know, so much animosity when I was younger, like, becoming a teenager.
Growing through, like, a teenage stage.
Yeah, but
and
I was just mad and angry.
I talked to Mom during that time, and I told her as a stage, and just, like, I explained to her, like, how I was with her at that age, and, like, give you time. Like, we had discussions about it because she was really heartbroken at the moment, you know?
She was sad because she felt like you resented her also. Like, I have letters from her and certain things where it's like she just felt so bad for how we had to grow up, you know?
Me and Mom had a really, a very, it was almost like a brother-sister relationship, almost to a point. You know,
yeah,
like
you guys were really, I remember you guys were close. You guys were really close.
We were like super close, and I would do anything for her, but if we lived together, we will like, it's like, it wouldn't roll 100% correctly. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we would clash. You know, that being said, you know, obviously there's love there and there's respect there. And when I was younger, like, I regret a lot of things, the interactions that me and our mother had.
Me too.
You know, I have a lot of regret.
Sad.
So yeah, it's not only on you, but I did try to like let her know that, yeah, well, Madelyn's in a certain stage of her life. Like, you have to let her evolve out of this. Like, just give it time. It's going to be okay. You know?
I kind of always was.
By then, I was at a point where, like, I think I had the maturity with her to do that.
Exactly. You were older than me. So if I had that time, you know, she passed away when I was 20 and you were already 30. So if she would have passed away at the age of 30 for me, like, I feel like I would have been mended that relationship.
Oh,
and
1,000%.
You know, I was just young, and I moved out at a really young age. I was like 13. Like, but before that, you know, now that I'm older, like, all the shit that I went through with her and like living in abandoned houses and seeing her get fucked up by all her crackhead boyfriends and the drugs and this and that.
I never saw that. Well, yeah, I never
See,
saw. I never had to see that because, like,
that's what I was wondering if you went through that when you were a kid with her. But for me,
don't get me wrong. I've seen her.
That's what I resented her for.
Physical with them, but Mom was like, at times she was the aggressor in the situation. Like,
I've seen that too.
I had to monitor the situation, but like that dude and there, God help him. Thank God I wasn't home. Thank God I was not home, and he knew it too. I said, Mom, I'm coming home. Like, let him know what time it is. Like, I'll be there shortly. TikTok.
It's in TikTok. Damn. But I was just going to say, like, when I was younger, I used to resent her for dragging me through the mud, kind of. But as I got older,
drag you
But listen, let me finish the sentence. This is how I'm saying how I felt when I was younger. when I was younger, that's how I felt. Like I felt like she dragged me with her through some things that where I could have been in maybe a better situation if she, like, you know how, like I said, my aunt and uncle tried to adopt me, and I'm glad that I lived. I'm glad that she didn't, though. I realized that she loved me so much that she just wanted to have her baby girl with her, wherever. And I wish that I could have got the chance to tell her that to her face, like, thank you for never giving up on. I wish I could have said it to her. You know what I mean? Because I always felt bad because I was a little like mean
all
and
the shit
made
we
her
put
feel
her
bad.
through, our mother knew we loved her.
Yeah,
just know that in your heart.
I know. I do know that.
Do you?
It's just I do know that. I know she loved us so much. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, she couldn't bear. I mean, I know I lived with a bunch of different people. Like, you know, she told me when I remember I was in 2nd grade, and she was like, "Oh, you're gonna go visit your aunt in Washington, and you're gonna just be there for like a few weeks." I ended up there for 3 years, and they cut my hair off. They made me dress like a boy. Like, they were beating the shit out of me.
Do you remember what I sent you?
But listen,
because I knew something wasn't right.
But every time I called mom, they were standing right next to me. They wouldn't let me say what was really going on.
Do you remember? Do you remember what I sent you?
No, I don't.
The one present I sent you a diary with a code pad on it that they couldn't take away from you, and you could express yourself. Like, I remember sending you something like that.
Yeah, they were fucked up
as a present, and I would always be like, "Are you okay?"
And I'd be like, "Yeah,
sure?"
everything's good," because they're standing right there. I could never say what was happening.
And I used to tell them, like, something's not right. I'm telling you, like, I know something's not okay right there.
Yeah, they used to beat the shit out of me, and just they were fucked up to me, and they were super, super strict, and like they were basically using me as like a fucking slave for real. I was in 7th grade, waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning, cleaning out fucking big ass. They used to be like janitors. They used to do a bunch of shit.
They
had
me
doing
too, or was it only you?
No, they did it too, but they had me doing it in 2nd grade. Like, they had me with a wheelbarrow on 9 acres of land picking up rocks. And they had shaved my head off, and I remember it'd be so hot. My lips would be cracked and bleeding. They wouldn't let me drink water. They wouldn't give me any candy. I remember I snuck like some like caramel applesauce under my bed one time. They beat the shit out of me with a 2x4 that had fucking nails in it. Like, they used to fuck me up.
Who did? Madelyn did that?
Yep. I had an aunt named Madelyn, and no, it wasn't Madelyn. It was it was Madelyn, not Helen. It was Madelyn and Craig. Craig was her husband. Her husband.
He did it too?
Yeah. He was like, he didn't used to like. It was more so Madelyn was like more so like, you know, the one that would beat the shit out of me, but he was like weird on some other shit. Like, he started showing me fucking pornos and weird shit where I didn't understand. I didn't understand till I got older, and I was really fucking upset.
He was grooming you. He was trying to groom you.
Yeah. The whole situation was fucked.
Well,
And then
I hope
I remember,
it didn't go any further than that.
No, it didn't. It didn't. But like, it was just fucked up thinking back about it. Like, just all the fucked up shit. Like, I remember I used to go to school, and I got in trouble one time at school because like this kid lifted up my skirt and I punched him in the nuts. And then I was so scared for them to call like, you know, my aunt or whatever. And then they knew something was going on. So they put me in like detention in school. And then that's when they could tell something was really wrong. They're like, is everything okay at home? And I ended up telling the principal. I was like, I kind of told her like a little bit of what's going on. Because I knew if they would have called back, I would have got the shit beat out of me for real for that situation. But
I remember about that time, and that's when I just beat my first life sentence. And I went to Wyoming, and I was working out there. Mm-hmm. And I had isolated myself, and you were all the way in Yakima, Washington. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember that time period of our life. I do remember it well. Yep.
And as soon as I came back and I was finally able to tell mom everything, she was heartbroken. She was crying. We cried together about it. And
I said, yell at her. I told her, like, get my sister back.
I was mad, though.
What are you doing? Like, why is my sister still up there? I used to yell at her. Me, like I said, me and mom had like a brother-sister relationship. So like, I would yell at mom, and I would talk to mom in ways that like probably like a son necessarily wouldn't always talk to their mother. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that.
But our mother was a drug addict.
Yeah.
Right. And things didn't necessarily they didn't necessarily coalesce the way a normal relationship would go between us.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
So I used to yell at her, and I used to tell her, like, why is my sister still up there? What are you doing in life right now?
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, how the fuck did I end up here for 3 years? I thought I was supposed to come here for the summer and play with the chickens and fucking and goats and experience.
But what I've learned as an adult, because I used to think like, oh, well, mom should be doing this, and she should be doing that, and she should be doing X, Y, and Z. And what I've learned is she's just a person, dude, and she's
Yeah.
just trying to figure it out like we're all
And
trying to figure it out.
she had an addiction, and I could never understand that until I got older. So
You know, like people are people,
but
dude.
I know
At the end of the day,
she
like
loved us.
yeah,
a lot.
she
She was dope as fuck too, though. She was super
Mom was
talented.
so
She played the
cool.
drums. She was an
So-
artist. She was a
so
sick
cool.
painter. She used to do glass engraving. She taught me how to do that.
She was
she was dope as fuck.
I don't think I've ever met nobody as cool as my mom.
Our mom.
Yeah, our mom.
It's my mama.
My mama.
No, she was really fucking talented. She used to write calligraphy, beautiful. She used to do a bunch of poems, like,
She's
and I
very
feel like
artistic.
I got a lot of those things from her. Like when I moved back from Washington, I remember we were staying in Temecula for a little bit with Grandma Madelyn. There's so many fucking Madelyns in the family.
Avenida
I'm
de la Reina.
I'm the third Madelyn. But I remember living there, and like mom she used to make
That other
she
Madeline
used to make
you're the second Madeline.
yeah, the fuck that other Madeline. But she used to make rugs, and she used to like make giant rugs cut up. She would make like
she would like
butterflies
form it
and
all in.
types
She
of
did that
cool
before
shit.
that stuff was even cool. Like
And
she could have made so much money if she just had more business sense.
Yeah,
Like,
and she
for
wasn't just
real.
fucked up on drugs, and she couldn't keep a job. She kind of, whatever. But I'm glad that her and Grandma had a relationship where they were best friends, so they kind of like thugged it
Yeah.
out together.
They were best friends, and
They were best
I didn't
friends.
necessarily understand it because
Me
like,
neither.
Like Grandma, like hell, I had her back through no matter what.
Yeah, had her
like,
back through everything, but then she fucking would like
Yeah.
judge us for certain shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
She cussed me out one time. Oh, you know why? Because I left you in the garage, dude, all
the
weekend.
fuck you mean you left me in the garage all weekend? What
Yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, you were tied up in there. I don't know.
That's
I'm just
fucked
kidding. I'm just
up.
kidding. I'm
You
just
left
joking.
me in the garage all weekend?
No, dude. I said I was gonna
Brian.
come get you because you used to like playing with. Because I used to date all girl when I was like 17. I had like a 32-year-old girlfriend. So,
Oh my God.
So you used to like to play with her for her daughters.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I'm gonna come get you. But my girlfriend was on drugs. Like I wasn't on drugs. Like
Yeah, you don't do drugs, thank God.
All honesty, right? Like I've never been a drug addict. I'm an alcoholic
Thank God.
maybe, but I'm not like a drug addict. Don't get me wrong. I might like get out of occasionally or something. You might see me do a line or something occasionally. Not a dope, but like
But yeah,
some
I've
Yale.
never got into no hard drugs either. Because
Right.
because how we grew up, I ain't touching that
like
shit.
once in a blue moon type of thing though. It's not like a
Yeah.
everyday occurrence.
But what were you saying?
So I was gonna come get you and you. I guess you sat with your backpack, dude, all weekend in the garage.
That's fucked up, bro.
It is. It's a fucked up thing.
That is fucked
It's fucked up. But that's how much you love your brother, right? Like, and I was like,
That's how much
I'm
you loved me,
coming.
right? You just left me in the garage all
No,
weekend
I
with
was
my backpack.
fighting.
I'm just
I was
waiting.
fighting
I'm like,
with her. It
where's
wasn't
my brother?
It wasn't okay to bring you. It wasn't okay to bring you at the moment.
Yeah.
So they don't understand like what I'm going through. Like I got raided with that girl, and like a whole SWAT team with like ninja gear came in, and like it was a
Yeah.
whole. I think she fucked half the police department in the back bedroom. Like it was a thing, right? Like, so I wasn't able to pick you up, and I remember Grandma cussed me out, and I
But
said,
then mom can do all this crazy fucked up shit.
dude,
And it was fine.
right? So I was like, hey, I'm gonna let you go now. And she just kept running her mouth. I said, yeah, I'm not going to call you names, but I'm going to hang up the phone right now. And I hung up. And that's one of our last conversations.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Damn, that's crazy.
I mean, we've had a couple since then, but not too many. That
That's
was
crazy.
like the part where it's like, yeah, I'm done with you. Because she turned into it. Honestly, I think she started getting high with mom. If you really want to
You
be
did
true.
say that a few times, and I was
I
like,
swear to
nah,
God. I
grandma
swear to
wasn't getting
God.
high with our mom. Hell no. But now that I think about it,
We're gonna start doing shots. I don't know.
she probably was, though, now that I think about it. Because, yeah, I don't know, they had a real close thing. But I remember before we...
I swear to God, her whole personality, like that, she used to be my favorite grandma. That was Grandma Red to me, right?
Mm-hmm. Our grandma had red hair, by the way.
The
Full red
person
hair.
that she evolved into very quickly, I did not recognize. I did not know that woman. And that woman, I don't have any respect or love for. The woman that was around when I was younger, I love that woman.
Yeah, I remember
That was a good
loving
one.
her so much when I was younger. But then once I got older, she used to have like this weird like hate towards me for whatever the fuck reason. And I'm like, I was actually a pretty good kid, even though the thing about mom that I always loved and
What
respected.
age period are we talking about?
That what? For what part?
When you were a very good kid.
I mean, let me say this. I was a good kid in a sense that like I never ran away from home. I always felt like I could call mom. She never judged me. If I wanted to go hang out and party and do whatever the fuck, I was doing a bunch of crazy shit at a young age, but she never judged me for it. that's why I always felt comfortable to like be like, no matter what happened to me, you know, I could call her and I didn't have to feel like she was gonna.
They felt like you were terrorizing the home in Bullhead City. I'll tell you that.
Well, Bullhead City, they had me living in a fucking trailer with mom, sharing a bedroom. I'd come home from school smelling like cigarettes, find foil on the ground, mom smoking. Me and her sharing a room, I'd find needles and foil and all types of fucked up shit. And then grandma lived in the little ass trailer with Aunt Linda, which is mom's only sister. So Linda, at that time, she had multiple sclerosis.
That was in Elsinore.
No, this was in Arizona.
Bullhead City?
Yes, it was in Arizona.
I don't remember that.
Aunt Linda was in a hospital bed because our aunt had multiple sclerosis, so she used to be normal and everything. And then once she got that,
Linda was cool as fuck before.
Linda
she got
was
that
cool
stuff.
as fuck, yeah. But you know, for me, I don't really even. It's hard for me to even remember
She was the
times.
bad kid though. You know, she used to be the favorite with Grandpa, and dude, I broke him down before he died. I broke him down with everything.
Damn.
I was like, you know, the first time I ever got high on dope was with my Aunt Linda.
Really? I didn't know she did no crazy shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
But besides the point, let me
Go
say
on,
this.
go
Let me
on.
say this. Besides the point, our Aunt Linda ended up getting multiple sclerosis. So my childhood, I mean, it was more fucked up before that. But moving from like California to Bullhead City, a fucking crackhead town in a trailer, and before I went to school, I had to see my Aunt Linda. Like we would have to change her bed sheets. Her you know, her muscles were all contracted. She had bed sores all over her. She couldn't speak anymore. And people didn't know that I went. That's how I grew up seeing that. That's why I never judged anybody that has a disability. I don't fucking make fun of people.
Not.
I never was like that. I was always the pretty girl that was like friends with everybody. I never judged
Let's
anybody.
not get carried away.
But no.
Girl?
I've always been cute, Brian. You know this. I used to get Carl Shirley Temple when I was little. Okay, no, but I'm just saying, like, just growing up like that and seeing that, like, even looking back at it, it's like, damn, that shit is sad as fuck, you know. But it was hard living in Bullhead City. I fucking hated it. I only made it to like 10th grade. I dropped out of high school. My mom drove. I told her, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I want to move out. And she drove me back to California to live with my friends. You weren't even living there at a
time. Like I remember like her saying I bought her some furniture. She's staying with friends or something.
I've lived in and out with friends my whole life. But like, I'm sure even in Arizona, I lived with friends here and there. But then, you know, I just couldn't deal with like being around all that shit. I couldn't. And mom would be fucking high as fuck and just doing. You remember the money that I used to get from my dad passing away, I didn't even know I got money. Mom would take that money. She bought a little slot machine and she'd get high as fuck and just sit in the fucking house. That's what she was dating, crazy ass dudes. They would come through hopping the fence and I'd be sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Danny, he used to come through. We had rocks.
That's the one that
we
used
had
to beat
rocks
her
for a
ass,
yard. Yeah, he used to beat the shit out of her. One time I was like, he hopped over the fence barefoot and he started doing push-ups in the rocks. Like, where the fuck is your mom? He started doing push-ups and I was like, bro, this motherfucker is crazy right here. Like they used to.
That's the one I told her. I said, you let him know I'm coming home. That's when I was in the feds.
Yeah, I couldn't deal with that shit no more. I was like, Mom, I'm moving back to California. So she wrote a letter basically saying that my friend could take care of me. And
that's what I'm talking about.
Ever since then, I never moved back with her ever again. And
I remember
hard.
like talking to you and be like, hey, you cannot be acting how you're acting. You need to listen. And like I remember you crying to me on the phone, but I was like talking to you aggressively, and I'm like the only one that like you'll respect that I could talk. You know that you'll accept those type of authority from at that age, right? So. I remember like you crying. You're like, you don't understand. You're not here.
Yeah, shit was fucked up a lot.
I do remember.
But even before that, like when I was younger, that's what I was going to say earlier, like a memory that I have of you, because it is hard for me to remember. You know, I blocked out a lot of my childhood because naturally when you grow up fucked up, you only remember certain things. I remember a lot of fucked up things, but I don't remember just being like ever like a normal kid. I know I had moments where things were okay sometimes.
You were never a normal kid.
Yeah, I was never a normal kid, but I do remember when me and mom and you, I don't know if you were living there or you were like just came by one time. We were living in an abandoned house and like the cops ended up coming and mom took me out the back in a grocery cart and you hid in the attic. Do you remember that? Do you remember when that happened? And we were living
in a lot of attics.
He hit in a lot of attics. No, I remember it was dark and
they used to be my go-to. I'd be like, cops here, I'm going to the attic.
Yeah, mom seen flashlights and she's like, she just put me in a grocery cart and she just walked me out the back and we just went up the hill and you hid in the attic. And I don't think they caught you that time, but
no, that's a good spot.
I remember that. I remember that happening. But there was a lot of times when I was younger, man. I remember.
Was that the hot dog stand?
I don't know.
That
I don't
was
know
the
what
hot dog stand.
That
I'm
might have
almost
been
positive. That was right across from Sandy's
We lived
house.
in a hot dog stand. I remember we lived in a car wash too. Remember me and mom used
that's
to live
the
in a
other
car
spot.
wash.
It's tore down now. I was condemned when we lived there. I have a scar on my back because there was a piece of rebar, like a 3-foot piece of rebar, and I jumped up on like this homemade bunk bed, and it stabbed me in the back. But no, you're talking about the hot dog stand.
I didn't know we lived in a hot dog stand.
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was. All I knew that shit was fucked up.
It used to be like a hot dog stand, and we used to well, I shouldn't say we because that shit was fucked up. But
everything's fucked.
But they used to fill up a trash can full of water.
Yeah, as a pool for me.
Yes,
Mom cleaned out a fucking trash can.
Yes, dude.
And that was my little swimming
But
pool.
that's all we had.
Literally, yeah,
That's
I
all
remember.
We had, you know,
that was
like,
next door to
what
the.
if she gets tired? Like, where's she gonna go?
What's she gonna do? That was tight. I'll never forget that. My mom literally
She tried to do the best she could. What she
did.
had.
She did.
You know.
But I remember going dumpster diving with her. We would go behind all the the Kmarts and Walmarts and go dumpster diving. I would get a lot of my clothes and shoes out of there, and it was crazy.
You know, one time we were
eating. I ate pizza with maggots on it one time.
That's what I'm saying. Like we used to go and we used to get like food out of the dumpsters and stuff. People think I'm lying, but it's not.
No, it's real life shit.
It's real life shit. Like Stater Brothers, we used to get like the vegetables and like all that kind of stuff, right? And then like AM/PM, we get like the hot dogs and the hamburgers and like we used to
literally eat out of dumpsters
though, like because there'd be other people there like
yeah
want to get the stuff, so we used to have to go early. Like I remember all that as a kid, right? Mm-hmm. I remember like giving up my food just so you could eat because like we didn't have food. Like I remember those things, but I remember there was a time where me and her were coming back and it was so cold, dude. It was freezing, and there was a carpet store. And there was a roller carpet in the back, and me and mom got in that roller carpet, and we rolled up together, and we slept like that. That's how cold it was.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I remember. That's a good memory of us, though.
But you know what I remember about mom too? One time we were dumpster diving in the back of like one of those big fucking stores, and there was like a hill, and there was a security like all the way at the top of the hill, and we peeked out, and mom was like, I don't even remember how old I was. It must have been like 5 or 6 or some shit like that. And she grabbed my hand. She's like, Madeline, we're going to pretend that we're walking forward, but we're going to walk backwards. Because that way it looked like we were so far away that it looked like we were walking towards him. And we walked backwards and we ducked off into another dumpster and we hid in there until the security couldn't find us.
I love my mama.
Bro, isn't that crazy? Yeah. She was such a fucking G though. Like literally, she was pretty fucking
very
badass.
Street smart.
But I'll never forget that. Like, I was a little ass girl. She's like, Madeline, we're going to take steps backwards. And then she explained to me after, like, she's like, I did that so it looked like we were walking towards him. I was like, oh, shit. I feel
like when you say, or we say that our mother was a drug addict, they don't understand, like, our mother wasn't a normal drug addict.
Yeah.
Like, our mom, like, she'll help anybody. Like, she had the biggest heart.
She was a dope person.
She was like a hippie that got high.
She was.
She would, like, help anyone.
Yep. She definitely was. But I remember remember she used to have that boyfriend, Danny. And that's when we lived next to the
those pictures are in the thing right now.
Next to the car wash.
I wish we
lived
had
in
them
that.
right here.
We can maybe pause it in a little bit and bring it back. But remember, okay, so the car wash that Danny, was that Danny's car wash or somebody else?
That's
who cares? But there was an abandoned house on that dirt lot. Remember?
Oh my God,
that's where she had the trash can for me with the swimming pool. But I remember,
that's not Danny.
That was in Lake Elsinore.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that.
It doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter. I didn't like that motherfucker either. He was crazy. But one time I remember they got in a fight, and remember I had stepped on a fucking nail. A nail went through my foot, like a rusty ass nail. Mom had to pull it out. I remember it was so dirty. We didn't have fucking running water. We didn't have doors. There was no windows. It was fucked up. Mom wrote a poem about that. Actually, I was 7 years old. I still have that poem on my Instagram. Poet. She was an amazing poet. I'll probably read it on the podcast since it's short. But
I have some poems in there too.
I remember they got in a fight and I was on her back. She was giving me a piggyback ride and he started punching her in the face while I'm on her back.
Are you serious?
I got scared and I was holding on to her. They were fighting, so she jumped in the car. I don't know if it was his car or hers or whatever. She jumped in the car and we dipped off and she's holding onto my shirt and the car doors open. He started shooting at us in the car in Lake Elsinore, like shooting at us down the street. Yeah, that was my last memory of him for a while. But that shit was fucked up.
It wasn't Jerry, huh?
No, it was Danny. It was Danny.
No, Danny didn't carry guns.
It was Danny for sure.
The car wash and all that, that's not Danny.
Okay, well then maybe. That's what I thought it was. It doesn't matter
I have
who
a
it is.
picture of that guy that you're talking about in the truck right now.
Okay, well whoever the fuck it was at the time, I'm
gonna remember his name. I'll remember.
That.
I called that fool out. I called him out. I fought 2 people in the front yard.
And remember that guy that used to bring me and mom food? Huh? The guy that used to bring, there was this guy that used to bring me and my mom food at that same spot, and we were gonna do a little barbecue, and the propane tank exploded, and he caught on fire.
Oh,
and
hold on. The picture of him, Charlie Brown. That's Charlie Brown. He does picture of him too right now.
Let me finish.
Okay.
So that was a memory that was engraved in my brain for so long. I was fucking terrified. I have nightmares about that shit. He was fully engulfed in flames. It wasn't a propane tank. He was fully engulfed in flames, walking towards me like a fucking zombie,
dripping like a candle.
Fire.
He's dripping his skin like a candle.
And I was holding on to mom, like I was screaming. I was so scared.
You want to know
the real
story of what he was doing?
Yeah, that's the story that she told me of what happened. Because I just seen him on fire, and I was like, what the fuck?
It was a propane stove, right? Like it was a kerosene stove, and they were using gasoline in it. And that thing blew up on him, and it doused him in gasoline.
That's what I said. But what?
No,
but what were they?
You said propane, but
I'm
just saying. But it doused him in gasoline, and then Danny had to cover him with a blanket after he was dripping like a candle.
I was there.
And he tried to sue Danny for the property.
That shit scared the fuck out of me, though. Being a little girl and seeing this fucking man come towards me and fully engulfed in flames, that shit scared the shit out. It scarred me for life, low key.
His name's Charlie Brown. That's what his nickname was.
And he still lived after that, but just his whole body was just
melted.
That's so sad. It was fucked up. And I remember me and mom used to live in like a little trailer, and she was cooking dope, and the shit exploded. And remember, that's when she burned the skin off her hand.
Yeah,
and
she had
the whole
to jump
trailer.
Through. She had to jump through. She had 3rd-degree burns. She had to get off her ass cheek to get put on her hand. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole trailer burnt down except for my dad's candles.
You know what she was doing, right? You know what she was doing when that happened?
She was cooking dope.
Yeah, that's exactly what she was doing.
Yeah, she was cooking dope, and the shit exploded. And I'm surprised I didn't get fucked up from that. Thank God. But I remember the only thing that didn't burn in that whole trailer was that plastic thing of my dad's candles from his funeral. And mom used to freak out all the time. Like she started getting like real spiritual and like into like, started like, I don't know if it was the drugs or she was actually like trying to like get more into the Bible or whatever the fuck was going on.
Mom was very religious.
She was religious,
really super
but
into
also
God.
The drugs, like I've read some shit that she wrote where she was literally like seeing like demons and weird.
Oh yeah, she did that when I was a kid before you were born. She said that on a 2nd story window that she saw the devil rise up and look at her in the eyes in a chair. But I mean, yeah, she used to write a lot, so I used to read some of her stuff. Even when I was younger, I would find random things. She used to write all types of stuff. And she used to take me to Sunday school, though. She didn't take me to real school, but she took me to Sunday school.
Wow. But no, but that was crazy. Like I'll never forget that. I still have that thing of candles from my dad's funeral. My dad passed away when I was like 7 years old, and I never really got to know him. You still have the lock of hair that I gave you? I do have that lock of hair. And you know what's crazy? Because I was born on my dad's birthday. Look, I have him tatted right here, 4/28.
Best birthday present
ever. I
was
born on my dad's birthday, and Kato, my son, is born on the same day my dad died. April 6th. That's what it says on that lock of hair from the hospital when he died, April 6th.
Really?
Yep. It's crazy, right?
Well, I just started to get to know my nephew.
But my son was actually supposed to be born on mom's birthday. He was supposed to be born April 17th. And I was like, oh my God, this is like a sign. Because, after my parents had passed away and mom died, whatever, you're looking for a sign. Like there's nothing. Sometimes you start going crazy in your head. And it's like, please just give me a sign that like that you're here still, that I'm not alone. And like, when, there's a bunch of things that happened before that, but I remember the fact that my son was going to be born on her birthday was so special to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's amazing. I ended up having him early, and I was kind of like, I was a little bummed out. I was like, dang, why?
Put extras on it. So like, I don't want to say for sure, but I almost remember like your dad like crying and stuff because you were born on his birthday.
I'm sure. Yeah. My mom said that he almost fainted when I was born. The nurses were helping him more.
Your dad was a really cool guy.
I wish I would have remembered more about him, but I don't.
He really went above and beyond. He took you and cared for you for a while.
I remember living with him for a little bit.
Around like when you were like 7, that was at the end of his life.
And it's crazy. He died when he was only 36.
Yeah, he was very young.
From liver failure, right?
And I mean, nobody's perfect, dude. And he was a drug
addict. But I never remembered him drinking a lot.
He was an alcoholic, and he was a drug addict.
I remember he just drinking beer and stuff.
No, he's like Jack Daniels. He used to always have a pint at Jack Daniels. And there was times where he got violent with me, and mom attacked him. You know what I mean? Like that happened, but
he was cool as fuck too, though. Like,
but you know what else? He used to take me fishing. He used to take me canoeing. He used to like try to teach me how to be a man.
my dad was tight.
He was cool. He always had jokes. In any town we came to, he had a job the next day.
Yeah, he had a silver tongue for sure. He
He
could
did.
talk
He
to
was a
anybody. He can get a
smooth
job
talker.
anywhere. I feel like I got that from
Yep.
mom and dad. Mom was really good with people too. She could make friends with
She had good
anyone,
energy.
and she did have good energy. And they were both talented. Like everyone in our family, even Grandpa Mark, he used to
Your dad was a
play
midget,
guitar. He was a little
He
short.
was like
huh?
5'6" or size
He
7 or
was-
something.
he
He
was
was a
short.
midget.
Yeah, he
He's a
was
cool
short.
midget, though.
Cool midget. He wasn't a freaking midget, but everyone in our family was like dad used to, my dad used to play harmonica and do certain things. Grandpa used to draw
Yeah,
portraits.
your dad used to play harmonica. He was good at it.
He was.
He
yeah.
was good at it.
And Grandpa used to draw portraits, like sick ass portraits,
Grandpa went to
and he played
college
guitar.
for 2 years in art class, and he used to draw like realistic art. Yes.
And I feel like that's where I got some of my artistic, things from.
You definitely got that gene.
Yeah.
It skip me.
Did
and
you
hit,
get it?
And hit you right
I
in
got
the,
it.
Yeah, dude.
I remember Mom used to teach me how to do glass engravings when I was in middle school. And like, you put the picture under the glass and she had a Dremel. And like I was doing it. She was in the living room one time and I was doing it and that shit got wrapped up in my hair and I started screaming and I had to chop like a big ass chunk of my hair off. I remember getting lice when I was younger. She had to shave my fucking hair.
Which time?
Like which time? I know, right? I probably had lice a few times living in these dirty ass fucking places. But man, I fucking
No,
miss
I
her,
remember
dude.
one time you got lice and they wanted to cut all your hair off. I was like, don't cut her hair. That's when your hair was really curly, like Shirley Temple.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't cut her hair, and I think Grandpa cut your hair anyways. And after that, it never grew back the same.
Never grew up
It
the
never,
same.
because you used to have ringlets like all the way
Yeah.
down your back, it was like, and after that, it was just like wavy and it never happened.
Whatever. It still looks cute, Brian. Shut the fuck up.
Whatever.
Shut the fuck up, Brian. But yeah, man, I really miss her a lot, and it's just it's bittersweet. It sucks. It's been so long, but it doesn't even feel like it's been that long. It was 2015, right? Or
No,
2009. 2009. Sorry,
2009.
it was October 15th.
There you go.
2009.
October 15, 2009.
I'll never fucking forget that day. I was doing, okay, let's say this. So when Mom was living, I had moved out already a long time on my own, and Mom had moved back to Oregon with Grandpa Mark and Grandma, and Mom and Grandma lived on he had a double wide trailer in the middle of the woods in Oregon, and Mom
It was on
and
like
Grandma.
3 acres. It
But
had
still.
like 200 mature trees. It
It was cool,
okay.
whatever. I'm just trying to paint the picture. So Mom and Grandma like slept in the same bed like they always did. They were best friends, whatever. And 2 weeks before she passed away, maybe even 3 weeks, I went out there to visit her. I was going through a lot of crazy shit. You good? I went out there to visit her, and this was the only time that I've seen her depressed and fucked up about shit, but I remember she came up to me, and I was depressed out there too. I was out there for a little bit, and it just was so isolating and fucking just depressing for real. And I could see why she was depressed, and maybe she couldn't even have access to a lot of drugs. She tried to get sober a bunch of times. I don't know what she was going through at that moment, but she came up to me. She just started crying, and she's like, "I'm so sorry for the life that you and your brother had."
Mom said this?
Yes, listen, she said, when I die, you and your brother are going to get all this life support money. And I was like, I got mad. I'm like, Mom, stop talking like that.
She
Why
was
are you
talking to me
why
around
are you
that,
talking
about that,
like
around
that?
that time. She said the
Let me
same stuff to
finish.
me.
Let me finish. Stop interrupting me, you motherfucker.
Sorry.
So she started crying, and like, I just felt bad. I was like, Mom, like, don't talk like that. Like, why are you talking like that? And then anyways, I ended up going back to California. 2 weeks later, I'm doing I had started modeling, and I was doing a big photo shoot for Hot Topic. I was in their big corporate fucking warehouse getting my hair and makeup done. And the makeup artist, everyone's trying to make small talk. Like, so how do you grow up? Do you still live with your mom, your dad? They're just making small talk. And I was literally just telling them, I never bashed Mom, but I always was just like my mom, she was on drugs and I moved out at a young age. I kind of kept it short. Right. And then that's when you called. You called from prison. And this is the first and only time I've ever heard you cry in my entire life that I remember. And I remember you called my phone, and I don't think I answered the first time or something. And I don't know. I ended up talking to you, and that's when you were like, yeah, Mom died. And I was like, what the fuck? And that shit fucked me up, Brian. Like, that shit really fucked me up.
I was out there, and I wasn't from prison.
Crying,
I didn't call from prison. I called you from the streets.
You were out at the time? Mm-hmm. No, you were locked up.
No,
you were locked
negative.
up.
I just was working an electrician job when Grandpa called me. I was on my way home from work.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever. That's what I remember. But that shit fucked me up. I remember just crying
I remember
my
bawling
eyes
with
out.
you on the ground.
Yeah.
Like I remember me and you just bawling. Like I
couldn't believe it. I
It
literally
took me about
couldn't
an
believe
hour or two for it to hit me. And I remember I was talking to you, and like I remember hitting the ground and just like I couldn't catch my breath, and you couldn't catch your breath. Like I remember.
So it makes me want to cry. It's sad.
Yeah.
Definitely tried to crash the whip on the way home after that phone call. Oh, that shit fucked me up.
Well, yeah. If there's something gonna fuck you up, your mama dying's one of them.
Yeah, just because at that time too, I was starting to forgive her myself, but I never really I was still too stubborn to talk to her.
She said that you went out there and you guys went to the movies and you stormed out and you left or something like that.
Probably. It was a lot of.
And she was really upset.
Yeah.
That was like the last interaction I think you guys had, and you wouldn't talk to her after that.
Probably.
Both
I was probably
up to that point.
Yeah, I was probably mad, and then I just will never forget that. And then I remember talking to grandma, and she's a fucking mess. She was crying. You know, mom died right next to her in the same bed, and I was asking her like, what happened? Like, how the fuck did this happen? And she said that she started making, she overdosed on methadone, but she was drinking while she took it, and she started making weird sounds in her sleep, and then grandma said she passed away. And then remember, grandma took all that life support money, moved to Alaska, and never talked to me or you ever again. Isn't that fucked?
Yeah, and she conned me into signing over my mother's remains because I was the next of kin, and said that we were going to split them.
I never spoke to her
between
again.
Me, her, and you.
And she took everything.
And she took everything.
We never got a fucking dollar from that. And then I'll say this: the only thing
I think there's more to the whole story, honestly, Maddie.
Sure.
But I don't know if I want to put it on air, right?
We don't have to. We don't have to get too personal.
Yeah.
About like the details of that, but this is what I'll say. This is what I was about to say. So grandma told me that mom, well, maybe she just thought this too. Okay, mom just like overdosed. It was an accident. But when grandpa, and then 2 weeks after that, Aunt Linda died. My aunt that had multiple sclerosis. Mm-hmm. She died even though she was a vegetable and couldn't talk. She was so heartbroken about mom dying that she passed away. Grandma moved to Alaska. And then, I forgot what I was gonna say about that. I forgot. It's gonna come back to me in a second, but it was just fucked. The whole thing was fucked. And then not too long after that, grandpa died. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. When I went back to grandpa's house,
you were to go visit
you
him.
were locked up. I went back to grandpa's house to sell his house after he died, or to get it ready.
I had been there by then. I went up there by then.
But listen.
Okay.
Then you got locked up again. Me and Chandra, our little cousin, we went there to go clean up his house to get it ready to sell. And that's when I seen, because growing up, I didn't have a lot of pictures and videos and memories and shit. But they did have some, they had a VHS and they had a bunch of memories that I don't even remember ever seeing or which I'm glad that we still have that stuff to this day, which is amazing. But I found a suicide note from mom next to her bed. It was written in red calligraphy, 3-page letter.
On yellow paper.
I have it in my nightstand. And it was a 3-page letter that I literally was like, I didn't realize that I'm like, so did she do this on purpose? Did she just it looked like a suicide note to me. She was apologizing to us. I called one of her friends
and cried hysterically when I read that note.
Me too. If I even read it right, I don't really read it often, but there's been a couple times where I've read it and I'm just start bawling. It's so fucking sad. It's really fucked up. She was really.
It was like somebody I knew, as a child. I can't say we're super close necessarily, but he was one of mom's good friends, right? His name's Mikey, right? He's actually, I don't want to say an Aryan Brotherhood member or whatever, but yeah, so I called him and I was just, and you know what? He sat on the phone with me for an hour and he just let me just talk and just vent to him.
Yeah.
And yeah, it hit me so hard. When I read that note, it crushed me.
Me too, and I still have that in my
Remember
drawer.
the baby booze? I hope you have it figured out. Baby booze.
Yeah.
And remember all that?
Yep. I do. I have it I have it. I don't read it all the time because it's too depressing. It's too fucking sad.
I'm scared to run across it again.
Trust me. I have it tucked away, and it's if I even see it, the writing from it, oh my God,
She's
you could see how she was writing all nice, and then near the end of it, it started getting all shaky. You could tell she was crying and fucked up when she wrote that shit. It was sad, and it's makes me think did you kill yourself on purpose or what? Because it was a suicide. It was like, I don't know, maybe she was just writing how she felt, but that always fucked with me my whole life. Just not knowing if I could have done something, you know. I used to beat myself up for it. Now I've just accepted what it is. But like, you know, at the time I was still only 20 years old. And I used to just kind of beat myself up for not
Madelyn, like,
telling her I loved her more and like forgiving her more. And
like people make decisions
you know.
in lives. We make decisions in lives. She made decisions in life. And, you know, sometimes those things, like when you make those type of decisions, like there are certain consequences to your actions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And myself included, yourself included, her included. You know, that being said, it's not that our heart doesn't go out to her, but the respect might have been lost at times.
yeah. And she, you know, she knew that. And it was, I just wish, you know, I always wanted to get rich. My whole goal was when I was younger, like I never did no drugs. I never did anything. I was always like, no, I'm straight edge. I'm never doing this or that because I was so stubborn. I was like, I'm going to show you, like, I don't have to do drugs. Why do you have to do it? I was naive when I was younger. You know, I didn't understand like addiction is real. I didn't understand it till I got older. After she passed away, I remember the first time I ever did any drug, I was probably like,
There's things
21.
about our mother, like, I don't know if you're like, you know, our mother was gang raped before, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like there's things
It's
about
just
like,
she went through
like-
a lot of fucked up
like
shit.
yeah, like, you know, honestly, like, you know, I don't really talk about that, but it happened. She
Yeah.
told me about it. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's things that she's went through in life where, you know, I don't blame her, you know, like
same.
she wanted to hide from reality at times.
Yep. And I didn't understand that till I got older. But, you know, rest in peace
Rest
to
in
mom,
peace.
you know, and my dad too.
Absolutely.
It is. It's sad, but I tried to make the best. I always knew from a young age that I wanted to like be something. I was always just like creative. I always knew I wanted to do something. So I'm glad that I never gave up. And even having you locked up and all that shit happened, I went through a lot of dark depressions. Like when I would get depressed, like I was really like fucked up about it. But then I started doing like a little bit of shrooms, a little bit of psychedelics, and it kind of like helped me a lot, like in making sure and being around certain people, like better
depression
people.
or what?
Yeah, it did. It helped me.
Well, they
It
say
helped me a lot
does.
with my depression, actually. So, and then even me, you know, dabbling in those things, it made me realize, like, you know, mom was just a person that was just, you know,
It's just sad because, like, as a child, even in those environments, you were such a happy child.
I was a happy.
You used to always giggle and laugh and like scream like crazy, like, you know, like you're wild, but you're like a happy kid.
I was. I do remember a lot of crazy good times, but also a lot. But we just made the best of what we had. We didn't know any different. I remember being younger and thinking I was going to be broke forever. I remember thinking like, this is just my life. Like, this is just in the cards for me. I didn't, you know, at a young age, I didn't realize that I could even do it. Like, you know, I was like, well, this is it. I guess
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
be
mean-
fucking eating out of a dumpster and fucking struggling to make ends meet every fucking day. But I always had a job. I always worked hard. Like, I might not have graduated high school or, you know, did certain shit, but I definitely worked my fucking ass off this whole entire time. I've always had a job. I moved around a shitload, lived in cars and garages and with all my friends and lived every fucking where, every city in between here and Long Beach and all over the place. But I
You
don't
still
regret
talk to your
anything.
cousins and your aunt and your uncle and all that?
I remember living with them in when I was in middle school for a little bit, like maybe a year or 2 years.
but
I don't
you-
remember.
do you still maintain contact at all?
You know what? Not really. I kind of always felt like I was the black sheep of the family. But so sometimes here and there, like we'll, you know, reach out to each other, but it's not. It always just felt weird, you know. It's just I was always the black sheep because when I lived with
I
them
think
for
they
a
had
year,
added me and they deleted me like
my
a while back.
Uncle Steve is cool, which is Dad's brother. He
Yeah.
was always cool, but his wife was like a little bit more.
The
I
older
feel like
brother, right?
Yeah, his wife was a little bit more judgmental because when I moved in with them, I was younger. She had 4 boys. She always wanted a girl. They were the ones that tried to adopt me when I was younger, but I ended up moving in with them in middle school. And she wanted me to be super girly, but I already had tattoos. I had already been through all types of crazy shit. That's when I came from Bullhead City, Arizona, or something like that, around the same time. And she just couldn't. Like, I was skateboarding and like I wanted to hang out with boys. I was getting in fights and I wasn't the perfect girly girl that she had envisioned in her mind. So me and her kind of clashed a little bit. But after that, after I moved out with them, like they would go on family vacations every year and I never got an invite. They would like do all this stuff and I never got an invite. It's like, bro, you like, I just felt like everyone kind of just like abandoned me, you know? Like I was just like, why don't I deserve to feel like a part of the family or this and that? And they were the only ones that I had left after everyone died, you know, and my uncle had made a promise to my dad that he was going to take care of me and watch out for me. And like while I lived with him, yeah, that we did go on some cool things. But after I moved out, you know, my aunt couldn't take like, they used to get mad that I would like, you know, want to go skateboard and be like a tomboy. They didn't understand I was just a tomboy and I was trying to figure out life at a young age, you know, but I was a good kid though. I wasn't out. I was getting in a lot of fights though.
I was wilding out.
I was getting in a lot of fights.
I heard they didn't like you hanging out with the boys and stuff too.
And I was just with the shits though. I was getting in fights. I had like my tongue pierced. I had tattoos already. Like she just didn't really like fully understand me. But after that, you know, I don't know. Like her kids were fucking bad too. They were worse than me. They just looked a certain way and like, you know, whatever. They were fucking worse than me. And nowadays, I'm way better off than all of them. They use me as an example to their kids, almost like, look at what she did with her life. Like she doesn't ask for help. Yeah.
So you do still talk to him a little bit?
No, he told me this like a few years ago. Like we talk just sporadically. It's not like we're super close or anything. But yeah. It is what it is. And, you know, I would see them on all these fancy vacations and they would go ride.
Because your dad came from your dad had like, his family had money, but he was the black sheep of the family.
Yeah.
So like his dad was like a millionaire is what I heard, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. I don't know where the fuck that money went.
That's what I heard. But I heard your dad was like the black sheep of the family. So they ostracized him to a point because he was rebellious. So he never had none of that coming.
Yeah, but I never
allegedly
super...
that was like the story. I don't know. I don't really know that side of like the family. Can we take a break?
Yeah. Hey, is it possible to pause it? Okay, let's do a pause. So I gotta go pee anyways. I just want to ask you, like, are you proud of me
I am proud of you for where we've come from. Like, I'm extremely proud of you. I necessarily wouldn't have wanted to see you go the route you went to get where you were at, right? Necessarily,
talking to the mic over here.
Oh, sorry. But I am extremely proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I
think you're a strong, independent woman and a good mother.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of me being a mother, that's something else I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not here to bash you or anything or, you know, whatever. But when you found out that I was pregnant, and you found out the type of person that I was with, I don't want to say too much, but you can say it if you want.
I didn't want you dating a black guy. That's straight up.
Yeah, he didn't want me dating anyone that was mixed, and he found out, like, you know.
It was mainly that.
My son's, like, it was that.
It was that. Like, if it was anything else, I would have been cool, but that's honestly the deal. And that was how I was raised, and that's the values that I carry forward with. Like, and I make no apologies, but that being said, I love my nephew. I love you. Like, you
but
know.
I want to just say this, okay? When you found out I was pregnant with somebody that was of a mixed race and I was going to have a mixed kid, you said, well, that's the end of my... Hold on. Don't cut me off really quick, okay? I need to get this off my chest, please.
Okay.
You literally told me... Because I remember you used to write... You wrote me a 10-page letter from prison talking about, like, you know, if I ever did this and this and blah, 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 that was going to be the end of our relationship. And then it ended up happening and you're like, well, you're not my sister anymore. And I just want to say, like, that really fucking... hurt me. We didn't talk for 4 years when my whole, you know, and this is my first time having a kid and I'm like on my own. And I was just like, damn, well, now I really felt really isolated. But I will say that, like, I forgive you and I love you so much that I'd rather, like, us come together and try to, like, still have some sort of relationship than just be stubborn and, like, because I was mad as fuck at you for a while. We didn't talk for a long time.
I forgive you too.
Okay. But you know what? I do appreciate you saying that I'm a good mom because it was hard. It was hard raising a kid without having any family help, immediate family help. And then you disown me because my son's fucking mixed or whatever. And a lot of people don't understand too, like, certain things that you had to see about, like, our mom growing up, like her getting, like, gangbang, you know, I don't know if we can even say that either. Her getting sexually assaulted by certain, even black dudes. And, like, the reason you ended up even in locked up is because of a situation like that, which I didn't really, you know, my whole life I always was like attracted to whoever, all different types of people, which you hated. but that did hurt me a lot. And I'm glad that we made it past that and we can sit here face to face and be cool, because I'll be damned if anything happened to you or you got locked up again, knock on wood, and I never had the chance to be cool with you again, because I was just, both of us were stubborn in our own ways, you know?
We are.
But I always felt like I was a good sister
in our positions.
I was always a good sister, though, and that was like such a slap in the face to me. Like, damn, you just gonna disown me just because my son's mixed? Like, that's fucked up.
Well, it's not just mixed. It's like,
well, let's not get too deep into it. But that's what it was for you.
It wasn't just mixed.
You
like,
just didn't want me.
It wasn't just mixed. It's like you know, you're done talking about like an Asian, a Mexican. You're talking about a black man, right?
Because so are you racist?
And that is above and beyond. Like,
do you think you're racist or no? Because you used to tell me I'm not racist. I just don't want you to date anyone that's black.
I think I was raised with certain values in our home, right? That were passed down generationally.
I don't know about our home. Maybe the home that you lived in, not the one I lived in.
Well, generationally, right? And I think I've carried those values forward, right? I wouldn't say I'm racist.
Besides all that, Brian,
can I answer your question? Can I expand on it? Right? So,
okay.
I wouldn't necessarily say racist. Like, it's not like I'm not going to shake a black man's hand. It's not like I'm not going to interact with him.
You just didn't want me, your only little baby sister.
I'm not cool with my family procreating with black men. Yeah, I'm not okay with it.
Well, now I want to, okay, we don't have to get too deep into it. It is what it is. But I was always a good fucking person. I was a good ass sister to you. I was always there for you. I made sure you had fucking money in your bank account when you got out, and me and Chandra cleaned up Grandpa's place, and I did a lot for you, and I felt like that was like such a slap in the face. Like, I understand that you're stubborn in that area, but how could you just disown me because of that?
I was very upset. Like you said, I wrote you a 10-page letter before that ever happened.
You
right?
did.
Yeah. So
and I still have that
like
fucking 10-page
warning shot
letter.
over the bow. Like, do not do this. Like,
but it's not your life to judge.
You're right. And
I was out here on my own. What the fuck?
That's what I've come to realize in time, right? But at the time, I'm thinking the one thing I ask you, Madelyn, like, that's
the one thing you asked me. Well, I could have asked you to stay out of jail, and too bad, huh?
I hear you, but that's the one thing I asked of you. I gave you so much latitude with everything else. And
it's not up to you who I end up with and who I end up making a kid with.
You're right.
And after you met my son, do you not love him? I
do love him. He's
I'm
awesome.
like,
he's awesome.
So it's different than what you thought.
I'm adjusting.
You're adjusting. Because you're going to fucking have to. Because if you ever fucking say anything, even along the line,
I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be in your life if I wasn't willing to make.
Well, you weren't for 4 years. And then you call me from prison one day. We didn't talk for 4 fucking years. Hold on. And then you call me from prison one day acting like nothing happened. Like, hey, I'm just calling to say hi. How are you doing? How's everything going? And I was like, motherfucker, what?
That's not how that went.
Yes,
you reached out to my ex and told her to have me call you.
Either way, the first time we talked, you were so nonchalant about what the problem was.
What am I supposed to say? Like,
sorry. Say sorry.
No, I'm trying to get past it.
But can you say sorry to me now? Because I was really hurt, and it still hurts me thinking about it. So can we say sorry? Well, I'm not going to say sorry for, having a kid with somebody who's of a different race than me. I'm not sorry for that at all. But it did hurt me.
Of a different race than you.
I don't want to say
there's leaps and bounds between a different race than you.
Okay, Brian, the people already heard what the fuck it is.
Okay.
But you never said sorry to me for that. You never said sorry for just straight disowning me for that. You never said that you felt bad for it. You never said. But I understand you're stubborn in your own ways. You're the most stubborn person I've ever met in my life. But like, that fucking hurt me. And I'm here. I want to tell you to your face, because we still haven't talked about it until right now. We've never talked about it. We never talked about it.
You're right.
So I wanted to look you in your face, and then I don't want to bash you
on camera.
But I'm saying I don't want to bash you. I just want to say I forgive you and I love you, and like, you're my brother. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of was like, dang, you can't just sweep this under the rug. For me, like, at least look me in my face and be like, you know what? Like, I'm proud of you, and like, I am sorry for hurting you.
I am proud of you, and I'm accepting the situation, and I love you.
So you're not sorry for hurting me?
I'm sorry for hurting you. I'm not sorry for feeling how I feel about this situation.
But that's fine. You're entitled to feel how you want to feel about that, but you can still have,
and that's
a
as
little
real as
bit,
I could be about the situation.
Yeah, but like, it did hurt me, and I wanted to tell you that.
Am I happy about it? I'm not.
Because we never talked about this.
I'm happy Kato's here. I think Kato's a beautiful, vibrant little boy, and I love his energy.
Thank you.
Like being able to tuck him in bed the other day, like, that was awesome. you know, and
Yeah,
and
he only met my son one time, and I was kind of nervous about that too. I was like, is he gonna like him? And
like,
you know, I mean, I knew you would. I knew you would. That's why I was
there,
so
like,
sad.
I was already accepting of the situation. Like,
Yeah,
you know, like in Cato has opened up my heart, right? Like he's cracking my heart open. That being said, like, yeah, do I wish it was different? I wish it was different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at least we're here now, because I don't want to live in the past too much. I don't want to, you know, but we never talked about it. And I feel like it's important for me to heal too. I need to like be able to like talk about it a little bit.
I never met the daddy. Like I don't even know who he is. What is he? Puerto Rican guy? What is he? Like I don't even know.
He's black, Mexican, and Creole.
He's like Puerto Rican basically.
That's not Puerto Rican at all. What the fuck? Anyways, it's not even about him in the picture. Like, you know, he's a great dad on his own time. He takes care of his kid. He does his thing. We don't, you know, we're just chill. We co-parent cordially, and it is what it is. But my son, ever since I had him, he's been the biggest blessing of my life. Cato saved my life. If it wasn't for him, Brian, before Cato was born, I was out here really partying hard, going crazy. I was always distracted, always out, getting drunk, fucking doing certain types of drugs and other things where I was just like, I didn't give a fuck about my life. I wanted to die young. And then I had Cato, and it helped me slow the fuck down. And he's such a beautiful, bright, amazing kid. Like literally. But I'm talking about in that weird time frame of
I'm
like.
saying like me as your older brother, right? Like you had people flying on private jets.
I never been on a private jet,
Yeah,
first of all.
right.
I haven't. But this,
like
but listen,
you were
Brian,
dating multimillionaires. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
let me tell you,
and then you would just dump these guys, and then you pick like somebody.
No, I was never dating a multi-millionaire. I always dated broke, bum, crusty, loser ass dudes.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you lied to me at the time because you used to tell me.
I used to hang out with certain people.
You used to tell me you were dating this person and that person. You would dump them.
What does that have to do with anything, though?
No, it has to do with this. You pick somebody that comes from our background. You know what I mean?
Brian,
like it's not about money, but at the same time, like
pineapples. Pineapples.
Pineapples.
Please. That's the one time I've had to use it. Pineapples. You're going off the deep end with this. We don't need to dig too deep into that fucking grave of what it is. I just want to say, Cato has saved my life in more ways than one. I don't give a fuck how happy I look or how many. Let me say something. Stop fucking interrupting me. Let me say something. I don't care how great my life looks from the outside looking in and what rich people were this and places I had traveled and shit because I made a name for myself and got popular and got a following. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I was still fucking struggling internally. I would still go get drunk and then I would fucking go through deep, dark depressions. If it wasn't for my son being born, I don't know what type of shape or position mentally I would be in right now. So he means so much to me.
I agree with that.
He means so much to me, like where it's like I don't even know. It's made you mature
and like become a very strong woman, leaps and bounds. I do agree with that.
Thank you. Shout out to Cato. Love you, boy.
Shout out to Cato.
We'll take a shot for Cato, man, and for mom, dad, our family that passed away, and for us being here together, face to face in the flesh with my fucking asshole brother.
You know.
But as you know, I started making music.
Can I just say one more thing on that?
Pineapples. Okay. No, just kidding. Go ahead.
One more thing.
No,
right?
Brian, I'm nervous. See, he makes me nervous. I don't know what the fuck he's about to say.
All I'm going to say is this. As your older brother, whatever mobility move you had to make to come up in life and have a good life, a happy life, that's it. Like, that's all I wanted.
I'm doing pretty okay.
No, you pick somebody that makes you struggle still.
Well,
and that's
I'm not with them, but I'm still a good mother. I don't need a man. Let's get that clear. I'm said you're an independent.
You're an independent woman. You're an independent woman, but you could have had an easy route.
And guess what? It doesn't mean that it can't be easy. I'm just a more, like you said, my son matured me a lot. I slowed the fuck down in life, and I'm 35 now. I'm not 25 anymore, and I'm not going crazy. Well, sometimes, but not all the time. No, but I'm so proud of myself for even when I have my son, I don't drink when I have him. I barely even smoke weed. I don't do any type of anything when I have my son. I have my couple days free out the week where I work and I try to stay on track of what I'm doing. We got the podcast. You know what I mean?
I think I only met one of your boyfriends ever.
Yeah, because you're psycho. I'm not letting you meet none of my boyfriends. Are you crazy?
What? Yeah.
Fuck
he was
no.
very like.
And you've been locked up. What the fuck you mean? I only met one of them. Yeah, you've been in fucking prison for 20 years. What the fuck? How many did you think you were going to meet?
He was like,
the fuck?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, you did. I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah. Yep. And he was black too, and
he was. I was respectful.
But he was very. That one was actually one of the better boyfriends I had. He was very spiritual.
You were with him for a minute. You were with him for a minute.
He's actually a great guy.
He was a nice guy.
We just kind of fell out of love.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was actually a good one. I was nervous for that. I was like, oh fuck, my racist brother's about to meet my black boyfriend. I was like,
not
great.
Racist necessarily.
You say you're not racist, but your motherfucker, all this, you're racist. So stop being racist.
I have black friends.
See, and then he says this. Well, hopefully,
I listen to rap music. I have black friends. Like, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know.
Oh Lord,
I'm not like
mercy.
a raging like swastika wearing
Please
racist.
Okay, let's. Okay, pineapples. Fuck. Anyways. Let's switch subjects really quickly. So,
I didn't say things that most people don't say. Like
Brian,
they don't express the things that
you can say
are in their minds.
Some of these to me off camera too. We don't have to let the whole fucking.
Well, it's too late for that. They can't like now.
You're canceled. You're done. Fuck this guy. You see why I don't want to tag him in the episodes? I'm not tagging anybody. No, nobody needs to know who my brother is. He's right here in the flesh with me. That's
Keep it pushing always at Instagram.
No, shut the fuck up. But
Brian Schweitzer, what's cracking?
Brian, please stop. This is not time for you to promote your fucking trash ass Instagram on my fucking podcast. Okay? Anyways, so I've been making music, right? For like 8 years.
It's pretty dope.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I only have like 4 or 5 music videos out, but one of the best music videos I ever fucking made is right here. I want to pull it up for us. It's called Life is Beautiful. And I made this with the footage.
You showed it to me.
But we're going to watch it again on the motherfucking Playroom podcast. Okay. But this is from some of the footage I found from Grandpa's house. Can we put on the full screen?
My friend said, I didn't know your sister was a rock star.
Rockstar bitch. I love this. I spent $600 on this video. The best $600 I ever spent in my fucking life is for this video. It's cute. Can we turn it up a little tiny bit?
I missed your video that you did with Calvin Harris. That you
just watch the book and Life is Beautiful, Brian. That's good right there. Look at mom. Look at mom.
Mom was pretty.
She was so pretty.
Mama said, please don't cry, little baby. Everything will be alright, little baby.
Aww.
Gotta take your time, live your life, little baby. Baby, baby, baby. Been through a lot of dark times.
Oh, my dad.
I just got a big heart, sleep good at night. I just put in work and I put in overtime. I got it right, double up, triple up.
Kato in the back.
Get to the money, get to the dough, that shit critical. Get you some money, get you some rest, that shit livable. I put in time before I got that first centerful. We been breaking boundaries, feel like life is getting beautiful. I just roll up blunts and blow them down until I can them all. I just gotta manifest some money, watch the shit unfold. $1,000 million, $1,000 million little hoe. Hopping over them obstacles, anything is possible. When you hit the ground and run it up, it ain't no stopping you. Ain't no punking you, ain't no fucking bitching you. I know you got that vision too.
Cheers.
Read between the lines so you can see what that shit really do, okay? Mama said, please don't cry, little baby. Everything will
This makes me sad.
Gotta take your time, live your life, little baby. Baby, baby, baby. Been through a lot of dark times in my life. I just got a big heart, sleep good at night. I just put in work and I put in overtime. I got it right.
Why am I not in this video?
Life is beautiful. Sometimes
Couldn't find no.
at the same damn time.
Look at,
That's your daddy.
oh, look at mom.
She was
She's so
the shortest
pretty.
temp I ever knew in my life.
When I was 20 years old, I grew up hella poor, hella broke though. Had to flip that shit like an instrumental. We making money, breaking boundaries, feel like life is getting beautiful. Oh yeah.
I wish you knew your daddy better.
You know.
Wings for me, yeah. Spread them wings for me. Ay, feel like life is getting beautiful.
That video meant a lot to me though. Just being able to put that footage in there of
I
them.
feel like how you handle the paint can, you might have been a tagger at one point. I'm like, hey.
Hey, I got it from mom. I got it from mom.
Yeah.
Take your time, live your life, little
Fat little baby.
You know, blue-eyed girl.
baby.
You got a little style now that like they don't know about. Hey, I got a bunch of cheerleader pictures in here.
Oh yeah, I used to get it lit.
Hey, you just a little white girl, blue eyes. Shut your ass up.
I'm not saying I didn't. But I went through a lot of phases in life. Believe that. A lot. Well, I just love that video though. I just wanted to play that one time because it got the footage in there. I know I should have sprinkled you in there somewhere, huh?
You should. What?
You know
we were
what?
probably not, like on the outs at that point. Like
Yeah.
we were probably mad at
And
each
you
other.
brought some photo albums.
I don't even know what's in there, honestly.
Fuck, me neither. I'm
It's
scared.
almost scary.
Shit. Let me see.
Well, there you just packed a whole.
I know. I'm gonna take those. I just wanted to skim through it really quick. Dang, look at Brian when you were little.
No, don't show that.
Yeah, we're gonna show.
No,
Look, this is Brian when he was little.
Don't show
Aw.
that. That's horrible.
Look at Grandpa. You
Grandpa
used to
was
look like
pimp.
a G though.
Grandpa was
huh?
a pimp back.
Look at
That's
this
the
is our
50s.
Grandpa
I mean,
Mark.
come on, man. Come with good genes.
Huh? Like which way? This way? Like right here? This is our Grandpa. Let me see. Oh, this is how I remember you. My brother, Brian, this guy right here, used to have long hair like down to your freaking ass.
Yeah, it was along my elbows. Yeah.
Aw. Dang, this is me and my mom in Oregon at Grandpa's property in the middle of fucking nowhere. Dang.
Oh, that's when I was young, huh?
Yeah, that's how I remember you too. This was our mom's honeymoon. She had her honeymoon in a tent. Remember with the girl? Wasn't she like dating some girl?
I don't know.
And she had a honeymoon in a tent.
Baby.
At that time? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. That's their wedding pictures, though. He's all flicking like the ring. Oh, that's at the galley. She used to have a job for like 5 years straight at the galley in Long Beach.
Longest job she probably ever kept.
That was the longest job.
Oh, I remember this poem.
Do you?
Yep. I only remember it because I seen it so much growing up.
Look at.
Yeah, I used to do a little cheerleading. That was like, I wish I could have done more stuff, but I was thankful for that I got to do cheerleading. I used to play clarinet and I did dance class.
Yeah.
I used to do hip
Well, you
hop and
hip hop
jazz.
dance. See, that's how you got your
Hip-hop
little
and
start into like
jazz.
your whole industry. Honestly.
I just always was.
Hey, that's probably what they're really interested in. How did you get started in your industry?
Shit. Look at this is our mom right here. How old was she right here?
17, 18. My dad and her were dating.
Rest in
man.
peace, mama.
Yeah, she's a
I
pretty
love
girl.
you.
Then
Aw, I miss her, man.
you want to hear a messed up story? It's gonna make you cringe.
Your what story?
A messed up story is gonna make you cringe.
Oh God, I don't know.
So, I heard that when at that age that you just showed me, that mom was butt naked on the hood of a car, and my dad was driving her through a neighborhood.
Why?
I don't know. They were partying. They were drunk.
Yeah, that is a pretty cringe story. Could have done without that one.
Yeah, me too. That's why I wanted to share it with you.
Thanks a lot. Damn, look at Grandpa though.
Oh, the
Let me
big old
see.
ears. Dude,
Look,
he had like
this is
saucer
our
ships.
grandpa.
He had like
He-
saucer ships on the side of his head, though.
But he was a good-looking
He was a
younger
good
man.
looking. He was a good-looking younger man.
Damn, it's crazy. Wow. Aw. I'm glad, and this is, you know what? I'll say this. The reason I even got started into what I do, the modeling and everything, I became so obsessed with capturing the moments in life because I didn't have
Moments.
a lot of like things that even this photo album means so much because we don't have a lot of photos from our childhood. We have certain things, but we don't have like a lot of
Those pictures
videos
you
and
came through,
photos.
like of me younger, like that's like it. Like
I know,
don't
that's all we have. We don't have
any
anything.
like pictures of me young. Like I don't have.
I
those
became
things.
obsessed with like just capturing moments and staying creative. That's what helped me stay sane. Like me doing modeling and getting into all this stuff, and even music it was like really like therapy for me. And I know whenever I do pass away, I want y'all to make a documentary.
Well,
I got
I'll be gone
tons
by
of
then.
shit.
I'm
No,
gonna
you
be
ain't.
gone. Yeah, both.
What the fuck? You gonna we gonna live a long life.
No,
But you
I'm
know,
saying
we
by
all,
the time you pass away, I'm gonna be gone. So I'm not
No.
worried about it.
No, but anyways. Aw. Damn. Rest in peace.
And my dad was a
man.
pimp, though. You see the wedding?
Let me see.
That fool was
Which
a G.
one? Which one is it?
Back.
Oh,
Right.
this
He's
one.
all flicking ring, like flicking whatever he's flicking, like
Aw.
bam, like you know.
You know, Mom told me that she had 7 abortions before she had me.
Well,
Did you know that?
I don't know. I know that the first time she got pregnant, like she had me. So.
And you actually have a kid that you set up for adoption because you were
My daughter
locked up.
My daughter, yeah.
Yeah, and she's how old
it
is she
wasn't like
now?
an adoption through an agency though. It was an adoption through. Damn, I hate talking about this. I'm not gonna say.
We don't have to get into
I'm
it.
not gonna say pineapple, but
Okay. But how
Okay.
old is she though? I just want to know how old
she's
she
24.
is now.
She's 24 years old.
Yeah, you guys just reconnected recently for the first
No.
time, or like a few years back or something,
Like,
or what
when
was
she
it?
turned 18, right?
Yeah, I
so
remember.
Me and her baby's mother, rest in peace, that died of an overdose.
No, that was Jamie.
yeah.
right?
There's a picture
Yeah,
of us
it's
in
right
here.
here.
Yeah.
Let me see. This one right here.
Yeah, that's Jamie. Right.
Aw.
So that's
Rest in peace.
that's my baby's mother, right?
I remember her.
So she died of an overdose 100 feet from a hospital. She went.
my
She went and
God.
got high with some people in a ditch. I don't know how long time we have. So
You don't have to get into it if you don't want to.
no, it's cool.
It is sad though. Fucking A.
It's a little bit sad. So she overdosed. They took her to the hospital. They took her out of the hospital. Second time she overdosed, they said, "Hey, you can't come home. If you have your kids here. You can't come home right here."
Mm-hmm.
And she promised she was going to go to rehab that time. She said, "Well, just drop me off." So she went. They dropped her off. She walked down the ditch. She got high with some people, and those people let her overdose and die in a mud puddle 100 feet from a hospital emergency room.
Damn.
I don't know who those people are. I don't want to know who they are. Thank God I don't know who they are.
That is so
I don't
sad.
want to know. That being the case, my daughter reached out to me shortly after, and she's like, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "Oh, I know exactly who you are. I've been waiting 18 years to talk to you."
So you didn't talk to her for 18 years.
Well, it was supposed to be an open adoption. Like it was
But
like,
yeah, but then
it
you
was
were
like-
locked up
It was like
and-
friends of the family. Like it was like
I
all,
didn't know that part.
It was like all that, but we tried to get her back. Like we tried to get her back.
So they were like, nah.
So they freaked out and they cut off contact. So after that, when all that transpired and she passed away, like she got a hold of me. I spent some time with her. Like I took, SeaWorld and movies, and like I try to do like my best that I knew how to do as a father. And then I got locked up and I dropped the ball. So now I'm reconnecting with my daughter.
When's the last time you talked to her?
Oh, maybe like a month ago.
Yeah, that is crazy.
We're close to her right now too.
I want to see what she looks like now. Like, do you have?
she's beautiful.
You have pictures of her or no?
Absolutely.
Let me see a picture of what she looks like now. And what was her name? Is it Elizabeth?
I don't want to say her name.
Okay, we don't have to say her name. Or maybe that's her
A
name. I
bunch
don't
of
know.
perverts hitting her up.
Nobody's gonna know what her information even is. Like,
Like I'm good on that though.
but no, that's crazy. Wait, where? She lives in California, or she's out of
Oh,
state?
she's in Southern California. I have to watch what I say now.
Damn, I just didn't know. I didn't know if she lived in like another part of the world. Oh my god,
That's your niece.
Wow,
She takes after you. She got all the good.
she
genes.
is beautiful.
Can we show that on camera?
Can we? This is my brother's daughter.
I love her.
She is so pretty. I never really knew actually what she looked like. I don't think I ever seen what she looked
We
like.
should all spend time together.
Look at her eyes too. How'd she get those eyes?
Probably from you. I don't
Colored
know.
eyes. She got the green colored eyes.
Well, Mom had like bluish greenish eyes. You
She's
got blue
so
eyes.
pretty.
Everyone, you guys all got colored eyes, but me. I feel like I got gypped.
So
in
she's
life. She's your niece.
my niece.
This is your niece.
You know what's crazy? Like our family was so fucked up growing up. I never knew like families. Like, okay, I'm like, so wait, cousin, niece, and like it used to confuse me. Like I don't know who the fuck is who.
Not so good with the mouth, huh?
No, but like even when you met Kate, I had to tell him, I'm like, oh, he's your uncle. I'm like, yeah, that's right, he's your uncle.
I know. I was like, I got this. Calm down. Like,
Aw, wow, that's crazy. I would love to meet her. I want to meet her someday.
she's right down the road. Maybe we could. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit her up tonight and see if she's available.
All right, well then shit. Well, there we go.
I haven't seen her since I've been home.
You did see her though?
I have not seen her.
Oh,
since I've
you've
been
never
home.
seen her at all in person?
Oh, yo, no, I spent a gang of time with her, but I haven't seen her
When?
since I've been home this time.
So the last time.
The last time I spent time with her, I'm rebuilding my relationship with her because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you are an idiot.
Yeah.
But I love you. You fucking idiot.
But on her schedule. Like, I have no right to be pushy with her.
Well, let's change the subject again really quick. I wanted to ask you a couple things. So what do you want to do with your life now that you're out? Like, what are your big goals and ambitions now that you're out?
Fuck bitches and get money. That's what.
Shut the fuck up. But no, aren't you trying to get a job? Like, what do you want to do? If you, let's say if you had $1 million right now, what would you do with it?
My boy right now that I was gonna bring here, right? He's got a huge lifted truck. Like, he has all the toys. He has all this stuff, right? Like,
whoop-de-doo.
I know. But
Cool.
I'm just, yeah.
Fucking cool.
No, I'm just saying he's successful. It's not like a pipe dream. That's why.
I don't care about what the fuck your friends are doing, Brian. What do you want to do?
Can I finish a
No.
goddamn sentence?
No.
Can I finish a sentence?
No.
So he tells me if I get my Class A license, he has me a job for $75 an hour. And he says if I don't have it,
What, driving trucks or something?
one is driving truck to the site, and I gotta get out and bust my ass like any other guy, right? Well, any other man. I shouldn't say guy, because some guys
Okay.
are servers and those are pussies. But but that being the case, yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do. And if I can't do that, then he said he could probably still get me in, but we'll see. It's not a guarantee. At that
Okay,
point.
well, let's say this.
So
Let's
next
say-
week I already had a CDL. Like, I'm gonna get it back next week.
That's a good start. Proud of you for that.
So,
Knuckles, cheers. We'll do a cheers for that. I hope you get that job and you make that $75
it.
an hour. And then when I'm struggling, I need some help, Brian. I ain't had no help in my whole motherfucking life, okay?
anytime I got it,
And you know I got you too. Like I said, we got each other's back no matter
I'll
what.
never ask you though, because I shouldn't ask.
But you know. You shouldn't, but
know.
you know damn well. If I'm doing well, you're gonna be
Hey,
well.
what I say? Oh, you said, the owner of this podcast could do this and this and that. I said, oh, cool. You said, no, I'm gonna do it on my own. I said, nope, that's out. We're
This is why
we're not doing that.
It doesn't like. Let's not talk about any
Yeah.
pineapples. God damn it, Brian! Fucking shit.
Well, maybe you should come through with some shit.
Shut the hell up. Ooh, see, this is his brother sister shit right here. You like we be getting on each other's nerves. I swear to God, I just motherfucker.
Ooh.
Motherfucker.
Let's go to a bar in Fruity Town.
No, Brian. See, I'm scared to even go out with you anymore. Oh my God. The last time we went out, the last time you got out, whew,
You'll make it out alive.
barely. This motherfucker comes to my house with a ripped up shirt, all bloody, banging on the windows. Like, oh, I just fucking jumped over 7 fences and fucked this dude up. And I was like, you're not coming inside, you fucking psycho.
I know, what the fuck was that about? You're supposed to let me in and wash up. That's bullshit.
No, you're fucking
That's
nuts.
fucked up.
You're
all crying
nuts.
to your boyfriend and shit. Like,
You were
fucking
acting
in a
psycho.
closet.
You get real
That's
scary when
crazy.
you get this when you get drunk. You get this crazy look in your eye. I legitimately get scared. I'm like, nah, I'm not dealing with this.
I would
Hell
never
no.
hurt you.
No, you're
Well,
fucking
in a real
psycho
way.
though. You're fucking nuts though, bro. God damn.
I am your brother. I mean,
So is there anything else you want to talk about? Oh, I want to ask you a question.
oh, I bet
If
you
you had
do.
$1 million right now, what would you do with it?
What would I do with $1 million
Yep.
right now?
What would you do?
I would like to say invest it.
In what?
I would like to say I would buy a reasonable home,
Well, I would hope so.
right? I would maintenance the current vehicle that I have more properly than I'm able to,
Okay.
which is fucking horrible to say. I've only been on 60 days.
So you get your life
I've only been
together.
on 60 days though. So, and then the rest of it, I would invest.
Invest in what? Like, what would you want to invest
passive
in?
income. I would do passive income.
Meaning which
Like I would
area?
invest, I would maybe invest in a podcast like this. I would bring me revenue
Okay. Well, cool. Good to know.
because I feel like this will be a successful.
So you want to
podcast.
invest in my podcast?
No, not your podcast.
Wow, what a fucking asshole. Fuck you, Brian.
I'm just fucking with you.
Fuck you. Just kidding. He said, not this podcast. This is a fucking shitty ass
This shit's out.
podcast.
Like, but
Your podcast sucks, little sister.
I've been on a gang of them already.
Yeah, right. I'm real. You guys, I literally had to talk him into coming here today because I was like, I want to get you on the podcast. He was like, no, Madeline, I don't want to deal with the cameras and interviews and
I
this and
don't
that.
do
I was like,
public
Brian,
speaking. This
please.
is fucking
I've never asked you for
bullshit.
anything. Just come to the fucking podcast one time.
I can't tell you no, so I'm here.
Make sure you guys show some love in the comments and any words.
I'm gonna get so much hate because our last segment, like, yeah, I'm gonna get
No, you're not gonna
gang
get
of
no hate, Brian.
hate.
Stop
okay.
interrupting me though, too, you fucking asshole. Anyways, if you guys have any words of encouragement for my brother, to stay out of trouble, please leave it in the comments. And we need to motivate this crazy motherfucker as much as we can, and for me too. I've been I've only went to jail for one day. I've never I was pretty.
You remember
good.
we got in the stripper fight?
Yes, I've been in a lot of fights, but whatever.
You were like beating her up in the back of the thing.
Oh yeah, I beat the brakes off this one. Who cares?
Don't go to jail, bitch.
No, I know. I haven't fought anyone in a long time, which is really hard. When you start getting more eyes on you, it's really hard for me to not.
I'm glad you don't fight nobody. You don't need to be fighting
But
nobody.
I'd be mad at myself for not doing it. Bitches try to test
Fuck
me
that.
all the time. They either love me or hate me. So bitches will see me at a club and they'll bump into me all crazy, and I'll be like, "Bitch, what's up?" But now I'm like, "Nah, I'll just walk away."
Before we started, what did I tell you? I said, I don't bring no guy friends around you because they all want to hook up with you. It's ridiculous.
They don't. If they say the wrong thing to you, it's not.
Well, exactly.
Like, don't say shit about my sister.
Yeah, I was like, I'm telling you, if you hit on my sister, we're just gonna fight. Like, just don't do it, dog. But you're so pretty. They're like, oh fuck, we'll fight.
No.
They're pretty much like that. Like,
No.
They're like, fuck it, we'll just get down and we'll just be bloody in the parking lot. That's what it is. Hey,
no, they don't know how serious that.
No, they don't know how serious
they
until I punch him in the mouth. Then they were like, "Oh fuck, he's really serious." But
that's why we can't hang out together.
No, I don't bring none of my guy friends around you. I don't do it.
But last time you got out, we went out together, and some guy was hitting on me, and my brother. Remember, I actually was fighting him outside. I was fucking kicking him in the face, and you came through. You started flipping the fuck. I was like, I can't. I gotta be careful.
That wasn't the same guy.
I gotta be careful who I bring around.
That guy fucking got aggressive with you guys in the line at
Yeah,
Huntington Beach. That I didn't bring that guy.
No, I didn't say you. I didn't say anything about you bringing him. I said I brought you to a fucking. It was for what was it?
And you know what your friend said? Where were you? I said, oh, thank God I wasn't here.
Yeah, no, that's what I said because he was at a couple bars down and he seen what was happening. I was like, oh fuck.
Thank God for the small things because thank God I wasn't here. Because I'll for sure be going back to prison.
Yeah, please don't. That's why I don't even want to go out with you after this. He's like, let's go grab some drinks after this. And I'm like, Brian, I'm scared. Because if anyone says the wrong thing to me or disrespects me and not knowing my brother is really with the shits, then it could get bad real quick. So don't do anything stupid, Brian. Stay out of trouble. Just walk away.
I mean, if some guy hits on you,
no,
I'm not going to freak out.
Please don't.
I'm not going to freak out. You're a beautiful woman. Like, you're a grown woman now. Like, I'm not gonna freak out. I mean, he grabs your ass. I'm gonna fucking just different, and
then that be happening too sometimes. So that's what I'm scared of.
It's a wrap.
That's what I'm scared.
That's a wrap.
Maybe
don't do that around me. Hey, viewers, don't do that shit around me. I promise you, that's a bad situation. You just get bloody now. Just you grab your towel and just wipe up blood because it's going down
Brian,
in the streets.
Look, he's turning red. He's getting upset. Look at him. He's turning red.
It's going down in the streets. I promise you. I don't care how big you are, how tough you think you are. It's a wrap.
Motherfuckers, don't touch me.
Yeah. We wiping up blood like a jail cell.
Stop.
That's how that's going.
Yo.
Yeah.
I want to ask you though, did you get in a lot of fights in prison or no? Was it like?
Oh, you know what's weird is on the streets I seem to get more fights than in prison, but in prison it's a little more intense.
Why do you think that is?
Because you still have to live with those people.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just how I carry myself. So people don't test me in there because other people get in a lot of fights. You know what I mean? No, sorry. Well, fuck.
But this is that's something your camera's right.
No, sorry.
So what were you gonna say?
So I don't know if it's just that I've carried myself so long in those institutional environments that people just know oh yeah, he's a regular, you know what I mean,
don't fuck with you.
Yeah, they just don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? But on the streets I seem to run in more problems because you just run into retards.
Yeah.
And I don't. Hey, I'd rather be a friend than an enemy at all points. I'd rather give a motherfucker a hug than a right hook, at all points. You know what I mean? I would rather do those things ever in my life.
But you don't. But you still give them the right hook.
I do those things. I try to put my best foot forward with the people.
Thank God. It took you 45 years to start thinking like this?
I've always been like this since I'm young.
No,
Madeline,
Brian.
I swear to God.
You have a short fuse.
I just don't tolerate nonsense. I'm not going to tolerate it. To this day, I won't tolerate it.
So you would rather, if it came down to you getting in a situation, you're going to put yourself at risk of being locked up again? Or what are you going to...
Over you or my daughter? Or what are we talking about here?
Well, please, just don't. You can't be locked up again.
What are we talking about?
Anything. anything.
Over myself, I'll take a lot of disrespect over myself. You can call me a
But
bitch,
if somebody
a punk.
disrespected
I don't
me,
give a
then-
fuck. I don't give a fuck what you call me at this point in my life. Like, honestly, like you call me names. It's cool.
But if anyone
Call me all the names you want, baby boy.
but boy,
You know what I mean?
you're gonna catch this fade.
No, it's cool. We don't even gotta fade it. Like, you know what I mean? Necessarily.
Yeah, I used to get in a lot of fights growing up too.
But yeah, over you and my daughter or something, like, yeah.
That's why I don't want to go out with you later. He's talking about like, oh, I'm in LA. Like maybe I should come out later.
It's
And I'm
not
like,
gonna take much. It wouldn't take much over you.
maybe not.
It wouldn't take much. Like, it would be like very slight disrespect, and I would just fucking.
But can you promise me that you
Trip.
won't do that tonight?
Oh yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Maybe you should go home after this.
No,
Don't
we're
drink
chilling.
anymore. No, we could go chill somewhere. But yeah, I feel like
You should
even
like my
if-
apartment.
somewhere that's safe or not around other fucking
I'm
weird-
cool. But
until you're not.
You invite fucking crazy
No, it's not me.
shit, dude.
It's not me. I don't invite my friends aren't crazy. It's people outside are crazy. That's what it is. And I don't like dealing with disrespect either. I mean, I've dealt with my own amount of disrespect in the many different areas, and where it's like I have a short fuse too. So I'm glad that it is hard to like not fucking
You
slap
punched
the
me in
fuck
the
out of
face before. Fuck you.
I punched you in the face?
Yeah.
Well, you probably deserved it.
Maybe.
You probably fucking deserved it.
I was like, you do that again, I'm gonna make you kiss the ground, Madelyn. Like,
I'll
motherfucker.
make you kiss the ground.
Yeah.
Yo, remember that one time I was
I
little?
kept poking your dermals, and you got fucking pissed off.
Oh yeah, my piercings. Yeah, why the
you're
fuck
like,
you
it
touching
hurts,
my
it hurts.
piercings?
And I would kept fucking with you, and you fucking punched. I was like, are you fucking? Oh, you got shit fucked up, baby girl. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, it's not that funny, but I can laugh at it out. Remember when I was
That's
little
when you
and you were
fucking get that dude's tooth out of his mouth in your stripper heels.
yeah. I did. That guy was some random weird drunk piece of shit. Threw a fucking glass at my friend's face. So I just, whatever. Anyways, remember when I was little and you were like chasing me around the house and I slipped and fell and hit my corner, the corner table and busted my head open and mom was so mad. I still have the Harry Potter scar right here. You see it? I have like a little Harry
Thank God
Potter
you got
scar.
something to remember by.
Yeah,
No, I don't
you
remember
don't
that.
remember that? We used to talk about it.
I remember one time I used to push you down this ramp at Danny's house, right?
Push me down the ramp on what?
It was a big wheel.
Oh, on a big.
Yeah, no, it was like a big wheel Jeep. And I used to fucking haul ass with you down there. And it was a corner. You used to have to hit it perfect, though. We'd skid out and shit. And like, you'd be like, push me again. You just harass me, dude. Not like, I was younger then. I had a lot of wind. I was in good shape. Like, I was like, whatever. I was like, fuck it, I'll push you. Dude, I remember one time you ate. Oh, sorry. I remember one time you ate shit. It was super bad. Like, you flipped. Like, I was like, sorry, sissy. Like, you fucking dipped it. And you were like scared though, and I was like, I hated seeing you scared. I hated
How old
it.
was I?
Oh, you're a baby. You're like 5 or something.
5 years old.
Five
He's
or
fucking
6.
pushed me down
Like,
big ass hills and a fucking.
I was hauling ass, dude.
I'm all skinny now. Skirt. I'm tumbling over.
So I made you get back. I did crying and everything. I made you get back in the Jeep. I made you do it. I was like, get back in there right now.
Fucking asshole.
No, for real.
This is why I have
you
issues,
were like,
guys.
Yeah, you were like hysterical, and I pushed you through because, dude, I couldn't have you be scared like that. I just couldn't.
So then after that was I did it again and it was fine.
It was good.
Do you ever remember when Grandpa had a truck and like something happened? I don't remember where we were, but I got in the truck by myself and I fucking drove it into a ditch on accident. I was a little ass kid.
No, I was locked
And
up, clearly.
Oh, you were probably locked up when this happened. I remember Grandpa had this truck and the keys were in there. And him and mom were somewhere, and I went and snuck in the truck, and I turned it on.
Grandpa's truck?
Yeah, I turned it on,
insane.
and I started driving it, and it just went into like I was
You're way
driving
more
and went to
ballsy than me.
a ditch, and like they were like freaking out, like oh my god.
You're way more ballsy than me. I'm so scared of Grandpa. Oh God.
I was younger. I don't even remember how old I
Yeah,
was. But.
fuck that shit.
Fuck
I'm
that
I'm
shit.
cool. Like, I used to arm wrestle him with both hands, and that fool would whoop me. Like, I'm scared of Grandpa.
Really? I don't,
A little bit, like back in the day.
Grandpa was
like,
a pretty intense dude, though. I'm not gonna lie. He was intense.
Like in my life, like
He
know
was
when
very
you have somebody in your
strict.
life that like he makes an impression on you.
Yeah.
I'm not taking Grandpa's truck nowhere. Zero.
I don't
no.
know why the fuck I did that dumb ass
Fuck
shit.
no, not happening. Dude, mom had stories about him whooping her ass for smoking cigarettes. She's crawling under trucks and shit trying to get away from me. He's whooping her fucking ass.
Really?
Oh,
I used to hate mom for smoking cigarettes. Man,
Oh,
I hate cigarettes. The smell of cigarettes because of mom. I fucking hate cigarettes because she used to just smoke in the same room as me. Always, back when, and that was normal back then. But like even through middle school, I used to fucking hate her for that. I'm so glad I never got into smoking. Now, I mean, I
don't
smoke fucking
smoke.
stupid ass vapes, but it doesn't smell like shitty
not
ass
tobacco
cigarettes.
vapes though, right?
It is tobacco,
Ew.
but it doesn't smell like a fucking cigarette.
That's
the smell of
disgusting.
cigarettes. Ooh, I used to get made fun of every day for smelling like
If you smoke
cigarettes.
cigarettes, don't hit me up.
I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't.
I was talking to you.
Or whatever. Shut the fuck up. Nah, I used to fucking hate that shit though. I used to come home crying like, Mom, quit fucking smoking cigarettes in the goddamn room because we shared a room. I was like, fucking motherfucker. Like, that shit used to piss me off.
It's fucking gross, dude. I don't understand. I never understood in my life. Like, it doesn't get you high. It makes you stink. It ruins your health. It costs a gang of money.
Well,
you want to hear the
very
story?
addictive.
It goes back to mom. So mom used to date this biker when I was a kid, right? But Big Bird days, right? When I was telling you
Big Bird
earlier.
days.
Yeah, big Bird days, right? But mom used to have a dope ass truck. Sick. And I used to open up the glove compartment and parking tickets used to just fall out because she never paid her shit. But she used to have this fucking biker there, and I used to take sips out their beer and shit. And I'm like 5.
Oh yeah, 5 years old. He's like, I used to take sips out of the beer at 5.
Well, this is like the 80s, like whatever. So I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like, let me hit your cigarette. And he did me the biggest favor. He said, you want to hit it off my cigarette? You got to smoke the whole thing though. And he made me do that, and I gagged and puked.
At 5 years old?
Yeah, and choked, and I never wanted to smoke a cigarette again in my life. That's why I don't smoke cigarettes.
Well, that's
he did me
good.
the biggest favor.
Well, mom smoked enough cigarettes in my fucking face. I never wanted to smoke that shit in my life.
That's why this generation is pussified though, because men need to be able to do that.
I'm tapping on the fuck.
I can't help it. That's how I talk.
But
Edit that shit out.
we can't because this is going on. But no, I feel you though. Yeah, fuck cigarettes. But I am addicted to this stupid ass fucking vape. I've quit a bunch of times.
You open up those pictures that you passed by.
Oh, this little stack right here.
Do you recognize any of those people?
Let me see. Oh, this is mom. You know what I loved about mom too? She was she used to go rock climbing with me all the time. We used to go collect rocks, and she liked breaking them
loved
open and
that
seeing if
shit.
there was crystals in them and shit. And I remember when I was little, I would grab all types of random ass rocks and pebbles, and her pockets would be full of just bullshit ass fucking rocks. I used to be like,
Gold.
keep
It's
them
full of
all.
gold. Like,
Keep them
yeah.
all. And she would hold on to them. It was so cute.
Yeah.
I do that with my son now too. Where was she right here?
I think that's in Temecula at this campsite.
You guys probably can't see that, but
Yeah,
Aw.
I hate that picture
why?
because it's at one of her worst moments, and I don't like it.
Wait, who is this guy right here? I don't
I want to
recognize
say
him.
Craig, but I can't be.
It looked like they're doing something. Are
But-
they
oh,
cooking? Are they smoking dope?
Yes, they're getting,
this picture.
They're getting high in that picture.
I was like,
you
what
don't
is he
see it on the
doing?
counter. They're getting high
first
together.
I was looking at the flashlight in his mouth, but then I could see, that they're
These are
smoking
pictures
dope.
of her children were never supposed to see. Yes.
Damn.
You know, I used to sell dope as a kid, right? And
No, I don't know that.
Yeah.
This guy looks crazy. I don't
Oh,
know.
that's Big Man. I cussed him out one time
He looks
they were getting high together, and I
crazy.
caught him and I cussed him out. Like I was crying tears on my face. I cussed that
Oh,
fool
this
out.
was mom's.
That's Sandy.
That's Sandy.
Yep.
I remember. Meeting Sandy, and that was her daughter. Was your baby mama, right?
Excuse me? No, that's Jenny J.
Oh, Jenny J. Okay, just kidding.
So Jenny J, I used to date when we were younger.
That's why I got it confused.
But yeah, no, she's on my
But
she's on my baby's
I remember
mother.
next to
No.
Sandy's house, there was a big dirt lot, and like Sandy had a bunch of kids, so mom would take me
Well,
over there.
You grew up with them all. Like,
Yeah, but mom would take me over there, and I didn't realize that they were like in the bedroom. Like Sandy had a cool ass room with a water bed, and it had like trippy shit all in there.
You do remember a little
Yeah,
bit. How the fuck do you remember that? You don't remember like?
I don't know why. I don't know what it was, but like I didn't know that they
Choke
were in
ass out
there
of
getting
this
high as
podcast.
hell, and like she let all the kids run wild. I remember her kids were bad as hell. The little one, he would fucking take goldfish out the fish tank and eat them, and shove.
Shut up.
They would shove.
He's a cannibal.
Listen, the little boy, he was like 3 years old.
Ooh, which one, Ronnie?
The youngest one. No,
Ronnie.
No, Ivan or the youngest one.
He went to the adoptions. He was
They were
crazy.
all bad as hell. No, listen. All these kids were bad as hell. And no, like the adults were locked away in the room getting high. And all of us kids, we would just run around that property just doing badass shit. They were worse though. They were like shoving cats and fucking screwdrivers up cats.
Shut up! You're lying.
No, I swear, the worst shit ever. Me and the Ronnie and all them, we would go ride bikes and like throw eggs at the bums.
Robert
and
or Ronnie? Who was doing it? Because I'm gonna check their little ass right now. Like,
both of them were. We used to get in a lot of
fuckers.
trouble, bro. We used to do a lot of crazy shit out there, but
I still fuck with them too. That's crazy.
But you know what I was gonna say? One story I remember about that. One time, Mom had a truck in that dirt lot next to Sandy's. This might have been before I really moved in with them.
I was
and
upset around that time because I felt like Sandy mistreated her.
Can I finish?
But I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I remember being in that truck and waking up, and Mom was like, "Oh, like just stay in the truck. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna be right back." She was probably going like around to sell some drugs or something. She didn't come back, and the police came. She got locked up. The police came and found me in the dirt lot, and that's when I ended up living with Sandy. And she took me in. It was right next door. But yeah, Mom had got locked up, and I was just there for hours by myself in this truck for hours, and I was freaking out. And I didn't have a phone. There was no phones back then. I was just sitting there like crying, like, where the fuck is she at? And then the police came and found me in a fucking dirt lot in a truck because she got locked up.
I know the dirt lot you're talking about.
Sandy?
Yeah, I know the dirt lot.
The dirt lot you're talking. Oh yeah, it was right next to Sandy's property in Lake Elsinore. Remember when you got out one time and we went over there and visited that? I don't know if you were with me or if I went by myself, but the last time you had, or maybe 2 times ago you had got out, I went over there and visited that area. Bro, what the fuck?
That's you.
I had a mullet. Not me with the fucking mullet. Oh, I remember this dude, Wally. Mom used to live on this boat.
That's him. That's the guy that shot at you. That's the guy that owned the car wash, Wally.
We used to live on this dude's boat and a bunch of things. This is the one that owned the car wash. We used to live in a car wash.
I call that full dude.
Wow.
Yes.
See, isn't that crazy? I remember him right away. I'm like, oh no, that's him.
That's him. That's the one that owned the car wash, and that's the one that you used to live next to the car wash, and that's the one that probably shot at you.
It might have
Danny
been.
didn't fuck with guns. He didn't like guns.
It might have been, but I felt like it was a time that Danny had came over there, and maybe it was one of the other guys'
I called him.
guns.
I'm telling you, I was fighting like 2 people.
But
yeah.
Damn. Yeah, these are some.
I can't even see what you're looking at. Let me show me too.
Oh, this is Mom and Danny.
That's
crazy.
in
What was Danny Land? You say Danny Land. What the fuck was Danny Land?
That's what they called it. They called it Drywall Dan's, Danny Land. It was
I think
the top 3
remember a little bit.
drug destinations in our city. It was
it was like a whole fucking
we're
drug
small,
house.
like smaller class drug destinations. Like anything under a half ounce, you went there.
Wow. I don't know what this is. What the hell is this?
That's at Danny Land. That's his brother.
Danny Land.
Sleeping on a mattress on the ground.
Wow. Yeah. Well, great memories. Really.
Yeah, I know. You know,
fucking great.
You come from the ashes. You rise like the phoenix.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
We made it through a lot of shit though, and
we're not. The best. My blessing in life is that we're both not drug addicts.
Me too. Literally. I'm so glad that we're strong-minded and we don't. I never got into no hard drugs. I've done some psychedelics and I've dibbled and dabbled in a few things.
But I don't fuck around.
But I don't fuck around and really find out. Though.
I don't fuck around like that.
No.
Like I set boundaries for myself and I don't do things continuously. That being said, I probably got a little yayo in my pocket, but hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
shut the hell up. We gotta bleep this motherfucker out over here.
Hey girls, what's up?
No, but like you said, I'm glad that neither of us did any really hard, crazy drugs. Never. I'm thankful for that.
I've done just about everything, but I never used a needle in my life. I never done that. You know,
I never did none of that shit.
Yeah, I've pretty much tried about everything.
I used to be around a lot of people that did it. I remember when I moved out with Mom. You know, she wrote that letter to my friend that said he could take care of me. I was living in this apartment. I was younger. I would sleep on the couch. My friend had a room. There was another roommate, but you know, I was like a little teenage girl. I was like, I'm gonna go to the mall and hang out with my friends, and I was doing school online, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on at the house. I just knew that he would be in the back room with his friends.
Who's he?
It was just like a friend of mine at the time that he was a little bit older, but like he was a good friend of mine.
What's his fucking name?
Don't worry about it. Anyways, mom trusted him. I trusted him, and he was a good dude actually. He was cool, but the doorknob was missing off the door, and one time like he was back there with all his friends. And I went back there and I like looked through the door hole and like they were in there doing drugs. And this is the first time I ever seen them like doing hardcore drugs. I didn't know.
That piece of shit used to beat mom.
No. This is one of my friends. He didn't even know mom like that. This is one of my friends growing up. Anyways, like a week after that, whole SWAT came to the building and taped off the whole building, and they were banging on the door. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Apparently they had robbed a gas station like 2 weeks before that, and one of the guys that was staying there,
he came to share.
He had a homemade firework in his backpack, but the SWAT thought it was a bomb, so the whole bomb squad came and blocked off the whole thing. And I remember them asking me, like one of the police officers took me to the side because they could clearly see that I wasn't. They were like, "What are you doing here in this situation?" And I was like, "I didn't know any of this was going on." I showed them the letter from mom. I'm like, my mom let me live here. Like I moved out. Like she was on drugs. Blah blah blah.
They tried to emancipate you.
And then I went to
I went to like that shit pisses
I went
me
to
off
like a
already.
what's it called, like a house with like a girls with a bunch of runaways, and like it was like a certain type of thing until like, for a couple weeks until mom could come get me. But when she got some bread to come get me, they didn't arrest me. I ended up going to like staying with all these runaway girls, and they used to all try to fight me and all this crazy shit.
Can I tell you a story? So one of the,
I guess.
I think it's like the first or second time I went to juvenile hall. Like I wasn't there for like I didn't have to be in there that long. Any normal kid, like he would have got out that day, dude. He would have got out that day. Like your parent come get you, you're gone. Right? And I was like, fuck, dude. Like I was sitting there for like weeks, like 2 weeks.
It's the same.
I was like,
for a minute, get me the fuck
man?
out of here.
Like, so she came to come get me. She checked me out of that fucking place, and me and her had a hitchhike home barefoot.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Sounds like some shit mom would do.
Yeah, she came and got me. And that's all I cared.
You know
about.
what? That's what I was gonna say. She came and got me from that place, and she let me go. I was like, Mom, I don't know where I'm about to go, but I'm not coming back to live with you. You're gonna drop me off somewhere. She let me go live with her ex-lesbian fucking friend. I forgot what her name was. She used to work at Petco.
I know
and I
you're
used
talking.
to,
She robbed us when we went to Temecula.
she robbed us, and I used to live with her.
She robbed our mom's jewelry, dude.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah, I was.
Fuck that lady.
Hey, I don't condone violence against women, but I was gonna knock that bitch out in the
She
middle
was
of
a
the field.
lesbian, and she was secretly obsessed with me in some weird type of way. And she
Seriously?
was very possessive over me. She used to like hide me in a room and not let me even be around anyone. After a while, and all the money that mom was sending her a little bit of money from my dad. Hold on. You know how I used to get money from my dad passing away? It wasn't a lot. It was like $500
a
month or something.
or some stupid.
Mom used to send her some money. I never knew about it. She was getting high. She was doing meth and all shit.
God.
She used to be this little dyke lesbian with like a little butch haircut.
I know what you're talking about. It
And
pisses
she
me off.
used to be so mean to me and fucked up. And I went from living with her.
She was hella nice to me.
To like living with all my friends ever since then. Like, but I'll never forget that shit.
was
I ended up
hella
getting
nice to
fucking
me.
ringworm. She used to bring all these pets
One time
home.
she was walking through a field and this right when like mom was like talking that to her or whatever, like they were like
they were dating, lesbian dating.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I ended up living with her weird lesbian ex-girlfriend.
Clearly, like with my values, I'm not okay with none of that, right? Like, so I'm just like, I'm like, cool. Like, no, fuck that. I wasn't like cool. I'm like, no, this shit's out. This shit's out. I was like, if she goes any further, I'm gonna knock her shit to the dirt. Like she wants to be.
That lady was nuts.
I was like, she wants to be the man.
She used to drive with me on a Harley on a freeway, fucking 100 miles an hour, dipping through traffic, and I'm holding on for dear life. Like, fuck, I'm about to fucking die right now.
Hey, well, I'll tell you like this. I've only when I was like 12, that she was around, she robbed us. Like she saw all mom's jewelry. She did a bunch of shit. They weren't like hooking up then. Like mom, like all of the Strictly Dickly back then, like whatever.
Strictly Dickly, but gay for pay.
No. It was like she didn't fuck around, right? So like, I was like, man, what a fucking cunt. So later in life, like I grew up from 12 to like 15, 16, 17, whatever it was, and like all of a sudden, fucking this chick comes back into the scene, and she's like, "Oh yeah," and we're like talk. She's like trying to break to me slow, and I'm like, "Oh, this shit's out. I'm coming over there right now."
Well, what do you mean? Coming over there right now for what?
Well, she was living in a tree house that they built themselves.
That's great.
In like the back hills of Temecula, dude. And like she had like a little Toyota Tercel that she like dipped through.
That lady
like
was nuts.
Like 4-wheel drive it in. So I came through and I was like, like we're talking and shit, you know. And I see somebody coming through a field, and I'm like, Mom, yeah, I'm gonna fuck her up. I'm fucking her up. Like, and she, I don't know, Mom was like waving and shit, like, out, this shit's out, you know, like, and I was speaking loudly though, where she stops in the middle of the field, she realizes like I'm there, and she turns around and she walks away, and that's the only interaction I ever had with that lady.
Yeah, I used to live with her for a couple of years. She used to be the manager at Petco and bring home all
honestly,
these nasty
like,
animals.
Hey,
got fucking ringworm from that shit.
Equality in all ways. So like, you know what I mean? Women want equality. No, I'm just kidding. I don't advocate like violence towards women, but yeah.
But no, we'll leave it at that. Leave it at that.
My mother wants to hook up with a woman. Yeah, it's probably out. That's just out.
Yeah, she had a few situations. I used to think I was like a little bit lesbian when I was younger, but I was like, nah, I'm not fucking lesbian. I mean, it's not. I don't hate against any of that shit, but I used to think that because you know, Mom, I was exposed to a lot of fucked up shit at a young age.
I think she said like pussy is hot, as long as you take some dick too. Like that's cool.
Hold on, we're talking about a whole other thing though. Hold on, Brian, pineapples. Fucking pineapples is the code word for let's change the subject. But anywho, you
done fucked up bringing me on here. I don't even know.
I done fucked up, man. I felt like it was good to talk about everything. You know, it's nice to chop it up with you about life, real life shit. Because there's a lot of things we don't talk about a lot. Like, I'm sure it's not something you just go around talking about with all your friends.
I don't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't talk about it often either, but it's healing in a way, you know?
It's not healing.
It is, for me at least. It's not, you don't feel better getting it off your chest on the Playroom podcast for everybody to see?
Thank you, Madelyn.
Thanks, Madelyn. Yeah, for anyone that didn't know, my government name is Madelyn. Thank you for that. But no, thank you for
Sarlance. Here we are. Hello.
Damn, bro. Damn, chill. Jeez.
Social security number.
Stop, fool. All right. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Do you feel like you got it all off your chest? We got a lot off our chest.
I feel like we do this every week at this point. Like, fuck.
Well, after this, you're going to have to pay me, for...
Hey, you. I'm trying to get on the payroll.
You owe me for life, Brian. As soon as you start getting that $75 an hour, you better help me out.
Hey, anything I got you always have, Madelyn. Like, I would never hold back from you.
No, I'm just playing,
You're like the one person in my life I would always, whatever I got you.
That's why you can't get locked up again. And if you do, I'm going to be fucking, I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to cut you off after. No, I'm not gonna cut you off.
Do what you need
I
to do.
never cut you off.
You do what you need to do.
Okay, and you do what you need to do and stay the fuck out of trouble. Don't do anything crazy. Walk away, Brian. Please just walk away.
It's so easy to say.
It is, but I'm gonna tell you again.
It's so fucking easy to say.
Just walk away from the problem. Be around people that are gonna pull. Sometimes you need to be around people that are gonna pull you out of the problem too. Because if you're just by yourself or you're around a bunch of people like, yeah, fuck that guy up. No, don't hang around people that are going to encourage you to do anything that's going to get you locked up again. No, that's a no for me. That's a no for me. Because I'll beat their ass too. Best believe that.
I know. You were yelling at my boy going to Vegas. I remember I seen your
pictures.
Why
was I yelling at him? I did see the pictures. I was like half asleep, but I don't really remember him.
It's because I just got out of prison last time and he was like, he like kidnapped me basically. Like we were like I woke up, I was like on my way to Las Vegas. And I woke up to you screaming at him. Like, yeah, you're like, you better take my brother back, you piece of shit. Like this whole
what the fuck are you guys doing taking my brother to fucking Vegas? He just got out. He can't get in no trouble.
I was like, calm down, dude.
Fuck
like,
no.
Calm the fuck down.
I get this from you. I act like this because of you. Yeah, I'm very much like that. Like if people can do whatever to me, just like you said earlier, you can call me whatever, you can do whatever to me. But if you disrespect one of my friends or somebody I care about or my family, then I just see red.
That's how I am.
But you can't.
That being said, like rest in peace. Drop. Like, rest in peace. Like he passed away recently, and
yeah, that is sad. Rest in peace.
He's
to your
like
friend.
one of my very best friends.
Rest
I really
in peace,
love
that's
him.
sad. We'll take a shot for that.
Thank you.
Aw. Damn, dude. Hopefully we can get some more chances to hang out and be cool. I
make
feel
time
like we
for
got
me, I'll
we
make
put
time for
everything
you.
out on the line today. Everything
what's
is out on the
cracking?
table. And now I feel like we can just work on, just
I feel like I'm ready to be an uncle, and
you ready
like,
to be a civilized person in society?
I feel like I'm ready to be an uncle now. Yeah,
Okay, that's good.
that's what's
And
up.
if you ever
Shut the.
ever
wanna
in
hear
your
no
fucking
threat.
life,
I
you
don't
even
wanna-
look at Kato
I don't want to
dirty.
hear no fucking threats.
You're done.
I don't want to hear no threats.
It's a threat,
I don't
motherfucker. Just you
care.
threatened me my whole life.
I don't give a fuck.
Motherfucker,
I don't give a
writing
fuck.
me
I
10-page
don't give a
letter.
fuck about none of that shit.
See, look
But,
at you're the most stubborn person I ever.
I don't take threats lightly. I don't
You're
like
a
it.
difficult person, Brian. You know that? I put up with a lot of shit from you too, just even from the outside. Like, God damn, I can't even imagine if you were
Kato
out the
will
whole
jump
time.
your ass. I'm just telling
Yeah,
you,
right. My
right
son
now.
ain't
Me
gonna
and Kato
jump me.
jump your ass. What's up?
Kato's my best friend. Don't bring up my fucking son's name like that again either, because I don't take that shit lightly either, Brian. Don't talk about my
jump
son.
Your, people's elbow, all that shit.
No,
You're going
don't
down.
put that shit on my
Hey,
son, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah.
Fuck no,
Hey,
Brian.
Hey,
Stop.
you might get tickled.
Pineapples. Pineapples.
You might get. You might get tickled to death.
No. Ooh, he used to tickle the shit out of me. I hate getting tickled. Like, I swear to God, I'm traumatized from getting tickled. Like, ooh, like even I'll fuck around with Kato a little bit, but when he starts like really getting upset and like he's really about to piss his pants, like I'll stop, because I used to hate that shit. Oh my, I'm ticklish everywhere. If you even go like this to me, joking, I'm like freaking out. No, don't do that shit. Anyways,
All right, so
it's
after
great
this
conversation,
podcast,
dude.
Madzilla is getting tickled to death right now.
Don't put that on me either. We ain't. Hey, you better watch what you say
You
too.
ready?
Guess what? Your words are important, Brian. You better watch what you say. I've gotten really,
What? Let's talk about it.
words mean a lot. So watch what you say. Basically,
What am I
watch
watching?
what you say.
What I'm watching.
Watch what you say. Don't use that word and my name in the same sentence,
What?
please, respectfully.
What, death?
And my name in the same sentence, no.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
You're
it's
so
that real.
spiritual. It's crazy.
It's that real. Hell
It's
yeah,
so
I'm spiritual.
Crazy.
Spiritual,
You always
lyrical,
do like this
flirtical ass
feng
bitch.
shui, like she's always like, energy.
Yeah.
And all this bullshit.
It's
I
not
swear
bullshit.
to God.
You should get it. You should tap into it, because you're the one that's fucking psycho. The fuck?
You do that to me though. You're always
Tap
sending
in.
you're always sending me stuff like, oh no, it's about energy and it's about like love. Like
Exactly. Y'all hear it? Exactly.
it's true. It is
It
true.
is. And if I didn't have that
You
mentality
do
and go
project
through
it.
shit,
You do project it.
I would have been fucked if I didn't change my way of thinking a long time ago. Trust
That
me.
being said, you're getting tickled to death right now.
Don't say that. Anyways, I think we covered a lot of shit. We've been here for a little bit, but
Can we go drink at the club? What's cracking?
Brian, listen now.
You
Now
ready?
listen to me.
Yes.
Are we using
Madelyn.
the code word at the club too? Because if you start even fucking tripping for a second, I swear to God, I'm having security take you out, and somebody's gonna drive you home.
You think they're gonna get to me in time to
No,
take?
Brian, you got to promise me you're not gonna do anything stupid.
As nobody grabs your ass or your titties, I'm good.
Oh my God.
Nobody grab my sister's ass.
I got
or
enough
titties,
homies coming that are my
I'm
security,
alright.
so
I'm
I'll be alright.
alright.
I have my own
Oh, I'm the
section.
best security officer you ever had in your life.
I'm sure nobody's gonna fuck with me. They see me with this crazy motherfucker. I ain't hitting on her.
Yeah. I was like, just don't grab her ass and titties. We cool. Like, it's cool.
Okay, but seriously, Brian, please,
Unless you want it. If you want it, take it away from me.
Brian, just promise me you're not gonna do anything stupid.
I promise.
You do?
What's stupid?
Look, you already see. Promise me.
I love you, and I would never do anything to disrespect you. I love you.
Just not tonight.
Can we
We'll
cut-
work on one
can
day
we
at a
cut it?
time.
Can we cut it this
Yeah,
point?
we're gonna cut it now. I just want to say thank you again for coming on to my new podcast, and I'm glad that you're proud of me, and I'm glad that you actually showed up, because I really had to talk him into coming here. So
I don't do public speaking. Clearly, like
Yeah.
I have a lot of like antisocial video views.
He was stressed out. I was like, Brian,
Yeah.
you want to come on the? He's like, Maddie, no, I don't want to be on the camera. And this. I was like, Brian, you're fucking coming. I've never asked you for anything. You're coming on my podcast. But no, I do appreciate you actually coming through. And it wasn't bad, right?
You do this
like
all
it?
the time.
But did you like the experience?
No, it sucked.
Fuck you. All right, well, we're about to go celebrate my brother being out after 20 fucking years locked up and our fucked up life that we had to go through. And look at us. We get to sit here and talk about it on the podcast and enjoy life.
I would do anything for you, though.
Thank you. Love you, brother.
I love you too.
Yeah, make sure you guys tune in, like, subscribe, share the episode. This is my brother, Brian. Crazy motherfucker right here, but I love you to death. And yeah, if you guys...
give hugs.
Hugs, not drugs.
I
How
give
about that?
hugs. What's
if
up?
you guys have any words of encouragement, if you want to send anything let us know anything in the comments about the episode, what you guys thought about it. But this was healing for me. So a little bit, I feel better that we got to just talk
That means
about a lot
something
of
to me.
shit. It was fun. It was cool. I didn't know where the conversation was going to go. I was nervous
Me either.
too.
That's what had me amped up the whole day.
I was nervous. I was like, what the
I was
fuck?
like, what is she going to ask me?
I didn't know. I don't know.
But yeah,
Can I get like a deep voice like that? What's up?
no, he gets the high pitched voice. Give him the. No, I'm glad you have fun, but we about to go turn up, man. Let's go.
We about to go get lit with my bro, big bro, locked up for 20 years now. Yeah, good.
Hey, I'll show you my titties too. What's up?
No, Brian, chill out, bro. Chill out. You're getting a little wild. But no, make sure you guys tune in the Playroom podcast official. You feel me? Subscribe to the YouTube, all that shit. Episode coming soon.
You better tag me.
Fuck no.